Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're joining us. We're live here at the Rabas International Airport where His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Liberia, is en route to France and for an official state visit, along with some government officials, including the Minister of Stillwater Portfolio, the Minister of Stillwater Portfolio, Minister Mama Kabeleti, and other senior government officials will be out for a couple of days in Paris, France, and then Dubai in the UAE. The president will have a meeting with His Excellency the President of France, President Emmanuel Macron. So we have come here to bid His Excellency farewell and to also bring to you happenings here at yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then you have the Minister of State, newly confirmed Minister of State, Minister Steve Quayle. He will not be traveling with the president. He will be here. Good evening, good morning, wherever you're following. Again, we are here at the Rivals International Airport. His Excellency the President, President Joseph Newman Boakai, and delegation making the way to France, Paris for official visit. Subsequently, he will also visit Dubai before returning to Liberia. And he's traveling with some senior government officials. I saw the Minister of Stillwater Portfolio, Madam Belity, the security advisor.
So, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're watching from. Welcome to the United Exchange. Um, Welcome. Thank you for your patience. I tried to play that video for you, but forgive me. I don't know what is going on with my network. It's 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 acting out, so I'm sorry for that. So we'll just start, okay? Yes. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for being here this evening. On my end, it's the evening. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Um, Today is Wednesday, October 29th. Wow. Once again, like I always said, the year 2025 is gone. October, we almost, we're in November in 3 days, right? Yes. And here comes December. All of you who are getting ready to go to Liberia, like they call you, the December visitors, um, getting ready. All of you are getting ready. I know some of you have sent your barrels and everything to go to Liberia. I hope I could be in someone's suitcase to go. I wish, but we'll be here waiting for y'all to get back. Yeah, it's a fun thing going to Liberia. It's I have fun. I win this, so it's good. If you're not, my fun may be different from somebody else's fun. My definition of fun may be different. My fun was because I saw a lot of family members and we were, always together and having, sharing laughter and stuff like that. But I know the fun for other people it may be something different. We all know that. So yeah, just be careful. That's all I can say. Um, Thank you. Tonight we have a lot to talk about. But first, please do me a favor. Go and share the show. Share it. Go to your Facebook. Go to your YouTube. Share it. Comment. Follow and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Please do so and come back here. Let's talk about the good, bad, and ugly of Liberia. Like you all know, we always like to talk about the good ones here, right? And tonight we'll also be hosting the president for the Liberia diaspora. Oh, speak the diaspora Liberia development initiative, DLDI. We, as we promised you every Wednesday, was going to be here to talk about it, to let you all know about it. Some of you who already watched for from the previous Wednesdays that we've been here, and for those of you who have not seen it and heard it, and that's why we keep coming on to do this. Okay, so please share the show and continue to share that people who will watch later because we know a lot of people watch later than doing the show. So please continue to share and tune in. Okay. With that, I'm gonna bring on Mr. Um, Prince Yegisi, the president, and we'll kick it off from there. Yeah. While we wait for other people to join us. Good evening, good afternoon, good. Well, where are you? Minnesota, right? So good evening, Mr. President.
Yep, I'm in Minnesota.
Okay. Yes. So, how's the weather in Minnesota now?
Uh, you know, yes, it's getting
Chilly?
colder, little bit, yeah, little by little.
Oh,
We got it in winter, little more. We're almost there.
getting the winter. It's a lot
Yeah.
chilly in Texas today. Windy. You know how we
Mhm.
always get a lot of winds and hurricanes and tornadoes and everything else in Texas, but it's a little windy today. But other than
Yeah.
that, yeah, we're doing good. Um, we're here tonight again to talk about. I was just letting the people know DLDI, and yeah, you also say you had an update to show the people.
Yeah.
But for people who have not seen us, we always like to do this every time we come and start with a say more introduction and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm gonna pass it to you. And
Yes, thank you. Thank you again for hosting, us, when I say us, DI, particularly me. This is my third time appearing on the show. We really appreciate the management for hosting us to spread, uh, or to showcase DI to the Liberian public, especially those in the diaspora. Yes, I'm Prince Yekison. I live here in Minnesota. I'm the proponent, the idealist, the visionary for this organization, DR, Diaspora Liberian Development Initiative. Is a brand new idea established this year, actually incorporated in August of this year. We started in July, to be specific, July 4th. It was when the idea actually, we were able to
so Independence is July 4th.
Yeah, July 4th. That was the first day we opened the WhatsApp group and start adding people, So
Right.
it's very new. It's a very new organization, Yeah. So basically, again, for those of you for the first time, we have to just repeat what we keep saying, what we have said in the past. As safe to say, you have never heard before. So we have to just start afresh. So this idea began in 2019, but it was not publicized when I had this revelation to see how we can help build Liberia. All right, because I went to many organizations, many public forums, Liberians, organizations, and I heard that, hey, our country is not developed, but there's no one single idea that was suggested to me how to develop Liberia. We all have only depended on government. We all have criticized past governments that they have not done well, they have been corrupt. Those are the words I've been hearing every time I went to Liberian gatherings, but there is no single idea what we private citizens can actually do to develop Liberia until 2019 when I had this revelation that, hey, we all remit money to Liberia. Well, now, we deduct $1 from every remittance because we have too many in the diaspora, over 5 million people in the diaspora. Because so diaspora is not just America, it's not just Europe, it's not just Australia, it's even Israel. You live in a diaspora. Once you live outside of Liberia, you live in a diaspora. So we are too many living in a diaspora, and we all remit money to Liberia, to our loved ones, for projects, for health, for school, education. I mean, for everything. Once you leave Liberia, your family depend on you, to help them. Your loved ones depend on you. Your friends, So we all remit money. So the idea is, since we all remit money to Liberia, why not we deduct $1 from every remittance to Liberia and deposit that money in an escrow account at the Central Bank of Liberia? So that when that money reaches certain threshold that we will decide, maybe 1 million, 5 million, 25 million, or 50 million, or even 100 million, if that will be the threshold we said, then we decide what projects to invest this money into. We could decide to build vocational institutions all across the country to train people to become independent, because that will reduce the burden on the government. Because when they are educated in certain field, certain trade, they can actually be able to create their own businesses, their own investment. And with that, it reduces the burden on the government. So we can build clinics as well, clinics to help the government, to help our people, because this is to improve lives and conditions, communities in Liberia, to improve lives, of people, of communities, of just any part of, to make, in other words, to make the entire territory of Liberia urban sector like America. That everywhere you go, you will have safe drinking water, for example, because we build water towers all across the country. That everywhere you go, you have clinics to run to if you're sick. They don't have to fly you to Monrovia or to fly you to Ghana or to America. You can get treatment right in your village.
That's the idea.
Right in your village. You could come from America or Australia and go to Liberia and you get sick. You don't have to worry about coming to America for treatment. You can be treated right in your town because we will train medical doctors. We will train physicians. We will train just people in the medical field. We will train scientists. We may buy generator to even power the whole Liberia. A lot we can do with that money, a lot. If we want to carry on construction, like for example, horizontal construction, where some areas that don't have roads, we can have the government and build farm to market road to that area. Though someone said, but that is the government responsibility. We agree. But we are here to complement government efforts, to help the government. And not just this government, it's subsequent governments and the government. Because this idea will remain forever. So that's the reason. That's how we came together to form the organization. And we have bylaw and constitutions. We have article of incorporation. We have incorporated the organization is non-political, not sectarian. Because you can go pray to your God in your closet, but when you come to the organization, no praying business, no God. It's about how to carry on development. You want to pray to your God, you go to your church, or you go to your mosque, or you go to your mountain, you go anywhere you want to worship your God. When you come to our organization, no prayer business. It's about focus on how to carry on development. So when you come and pray for us, how to succeed. Because we don't want to create confusion when it comes to religion. So it's not sectarian. It's not political.
Mr. President, but have some people saying that in everything we ought to put God first, and if you are saying that no God, aren't you people who are religious? Aren't you driving them away by saying stuff like that to say no God?
No, we're not driving them away. We even encouraging them to go to their mosques and their churches and pray for us to succeed. But when you come to this organization that we haven't made it, we're not praying because we don't want to offend anybody. Because as soon as we went to a meeting, we say it's time for the Christian to pray, or it's time for the Muslim to pray, or the Buddhist to pray, or someone to pray to their mountain. Then we are creating confusion. We don't want to do what they did at the legislature, where they say Saturday time the Muslim will pray, Saturday time the Christian pray. I want to create a real conflict at the legislature before. I can remember doing the interim period, That was a confusion in our area. I agree their objective was to have religious freedom, but in this situation, we want to develop Liberia, pray to your God before you come to the organization. Pray for all to succeed. But we're not going to sit there and we'll bow our heads and start praying. No, we don't want to create confusion. We don't want to create hard feelings. Pray to your God before you come. We all here believe in God. I am a Christian. Some are Muslims. So we're not going to infringe on anyone's right. Pray to your God before you come to the organization. But that's not the point. So we are not sectarian. We are not political. So stay in your political party where you are, but when you come here, don't preach party. Don't preach politics.
Preach Liberia.
No. Preach Liberia. Because the diaspora, we define the Liberian diaspora as a greater private sector. Because we Liberians in the diaspora, individually, we should carry out investment to Liberia to help develop that country. Individually, like what other countries are doing, like America here. The private sector investment is huge in this country. So that's what we should be doing. But we are not doing that individually. Only a few people doing that. So we consider our collective effort within $1 remittance to carry on our greater private sector investment in Liberia, where we'll be a vocational institution, where we'll have microfinance to help people who graduate from those vocational institutions. We give them loans that they can bring it with. We can loan them with little interest. As I said the other day, if the interest is 12% out there, we'll give to you for 5%, maybe 3%. That will help you. That will really help you to be serious to do business. And we have strict policy to make sure that you actually do the business that you told us you're going to do. Because we have monitoring system to ensure that our money is not a waste. Because that money, any profit, non-profit, anything we get out of that, the interest, we will reinvest it into BLDR.
Absolutely. So yeah, I know a lot of people here, buddy. Forgive us if you already heard this. We just have to do this every time for people who are just watching us the first time to hear it and know about it. We just don't want them to hear us talking about DLDI and be like, well, what are they talking about? So if you already watched it, that's fine. We'll just have to reiterate, all the time. Every time we come on here for newer, audience and viewers, that's why we're doing it. We're not here just repeating ourselves. With that being said, Mr. President, you talk about the dollar remittance. Maybe a lot of people want to know more. Like, how is that going to happen? How are you going to make people to, sending dollars? How can you control everybody in Liberia? Can you, elaborate on that?
That was a great thought process for over the years I have been having. But finally, I brought it in front a group of people who are like-minded regarding this organization. We met in our meetings. The first time about 242 people. So gradually, so we met in several meetings and we decided to really define this organization, how we're trying to go about it. The first is, yes, we want $1 deducted from every remittance. That means if you send, for example, $10, we will deduct $1. If you send $1,000, we will deduct $1. If you send $10,000, we will deduct $1. So it does not matter how much you send. We are interested in how many times you send money to Liberia. That's what we are interested. So if you send money to Liberia 2 different times in a month, that means you will we will be deducting $2 from the remittance. If you send it 3 times, that will be $3. If you send money once every month to Liberia for 12 months, that means you only contributed $12 to DLDR account. And that account is even called a trust. It's called Patriotic Trust because we'll be saving an escrow account. All right. Now, how are we collecting this money? The money transfer companies. But first, let me start with this. We have sent a proposal to the legislature so they can pass it into law, the Liberian National Legislature, so they can pass it into law. And that was the update I brought here today. That the bill is now before the Senate. It has been introduced in plenary.
From the House to the Senate?
Yes. No. The House should have introduced it on the floor to debate it, but we have not been able to speak to the person who will introduce it, but we have been able to speak to someone from the Senate. In fact, the person has introduced it to the plenary, and the plenary is going to forward it to a committee. So Senator Jala, Joseph K. Jala, from Lofa County, senior senator for Lofa County, introduced it to the Senate plenary. So that is one update. So I mean, our bill now is before the plenary. It's before the Senate. They will be discussing it in committee room. They may invite us there if they have questions. He is a lawyer in the first place. So the areas that require some corrections, we have already done that. And so now he has submitted it to plenary and the committee will be deliberating on it. If they need us, they will invite us and we'll appear there. So that's one good update. So we have that. If this bill passes into law, that means it's a mandate that everybody, not just Liberians, any remittance, once it's leaving the diaspora to Liberia, $1 will be deducted. It could be a Ghanaian sending money to their loved ones in Liberia, $1 will be deducted. It could be a Lebanese person sending money, to for business or for to loved ones in Liberia. dollar will be deducted for every remittance. So it's not only Liberians. This is all. It also includes bank transfer. So not just the remittance from us, but also bank transfer from one bank to the next bank. All right, $1 will be deducted. So when the bill passes into law, we will sit with the central bank to call commercial banks, to call the money transfer companies heads. We always sit to a very big meeting. Maybe it might be live, but it will be a very big meeting to formally have them informed that this is the job you're going to be doing. There's a new law in Liberia says that every time money comes to the country, deduct $1 for our remittance. We'll go with that discussion, that negotiation, how it will be, I don't know yet, but that will be done. And then every month, the commercial banks or the money transfer company like Sendwave, like MoneyGram, like Western Union, they will deposit that remittance amount into the escrow account at the Central Bank of Liberia every month.
Okay.
Every month. And we could decide that every month we'll be giving the same data, or quarterly, Central Bank will give us the data, because there will be two data provided to us. They will supply all of the data, and the Central Bank will also provide all of that same data. Right? And then we'll match it with the money in the bank at the Central Bank. So that's how we want to be collecting this money.
Okay. So yeah, that should be, guys, you heard this. $1. That's nothing, right? Like I always says, you want to do something for your country. Like Mr. Yekison said, like you want to do something. We all should be doing something. But some people can't afford it. That's why they're not doing it. So this is a collective, effort for everybody. It doesn't cost you not $10,000, not $5,000, not $25,000.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't send money, that's it. But we still have like a monthly due thing, which is only $10 for the whole year. It's something positive that we all should be rejoicing, about for that. That's not something that money not going in someone's pocket, and we shouldn't always be excited for just politics. Share the show. Well, yeah, talking about Liberia, it's something that should excite you, that you want to hear about, and like we always bash the politicians. They're not doing it, and is in a serious conversation. We know the government cannot do everything, right? And who's left to suffer? Our people. So you're not, when Mr. The president said that, helping whatever government that will be there at the time. It may be this government now, the next government, then the other. We're not really helping them. We're helping our people, right?
Correct.
So it's because they are supposed to be doing it and they're not doing it. That's why he called it helping them. But really, we really helping the Liberian people, not them. Because even if we do it, we don't do it, they will be fine. But the people are always there to this, like American and born and seeing like we're the same place where it always was. It's still there, right? So we can't just sit on these platforms or watch people bashing, government doing it, this one corrupt. Yeah, it's good to call those things out, but it's also good to do something as a citizen of the country. You have to do your civil duties. And if you can't afford it, $1 for us living in diaspora, it's nothing. If you send $24,000 to build your house, you just say, okay, maybe I don't want this money touched. Let me just add $1 more on it just for that reason. And that's it. You won't even feel it. So
you're right.
Yeah, so this is a good thing for our country. And Mr. President, we want to know, integrity, transparency, accountability. Explain that to them as well, because this is what has been the problem for some people, in organizations like these, in the name of wanting to help Liberia, in something else, right? So it makes people are not trust, people not trustworthy. So people are not trusting when they hear people things like they're going, oh yeah, another one, money eating stuff again, So
you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. The people really, the people have the right to be afraid because of what happened in the past. You know, but we will be different. We are different, and that's why we want this to pass into law. Others did not do that. This will be a mandate. It's not one person's uh, organization. It's for everybody in the diaspora, and that's why it's not a membership-driven organization. You can live in Sierra Leone, you are a member. You can come right now and participate and make decisions, bring your ideas. Want
Right.
everybody to come on board. All right, that is one difference between this organization and other organization, because it's not a membership-driven organization. That's one. Two, before we act, we want a law to govern us. We want the legislature to be involved, and the Liberian government to be involved into this, and they will pass this into law. We want the central bank to be involved, and that's why we have the central bank on the board playing a vast role. Central bank the money will be kept at the central bank in the escrow account. This organization is completely different from all other organizations in the past. Okay, there will be 3 signatories to this account: the president of DLDR, the treasurer of DLDR, and the chairman of the county of the Liberian Diaspora County Board. So what we decided is that everybody in the diaspora is from a county in Liberia. So we didn't go with organization. We actually went with the counties. Now, if you came from Lofa County, you elect one person to be on the chairman to represent Lofa County in the diaspora, to say on the DLDR board for Lofa County. Bon County, the same way. Margibi, the same way. Sino, Maryland, so all the counties in Liberia are supposed to nominate one person to sit on the board for their county, to make decisions about what kinds of projects to carry on in Liberia and how this money will be managed. They have to be there. We made a decision. Let's assume we decided we're going to build a water tower across the country. They have to make a decision for that year. How many water towers should we build? And it will be built on a need basis.
Yeah.
On a need basis. If you already have a particular thing that we want to carry on that year, that project, you already have similar one, we will improve the services that you have. For example, if you already have a hospital, we can only improve the services for that hospital, but we don't want to build you a new hospital. So it's not that we divide the money equitably across the country. No, we will spend the money based on the need basis to improve the lives and the communities in Liberia.
So in other words, if I'll use my calendar, Grandma Gibby has more need than let's say Maserado or Bon Cante, we will pay more attention to Margibi to bring it
up. Because we want to create urban sector all across the country, urban sector. What is lacking in our country, we're going to ensure that those things are available for the people. Assuming they don't have clinics, and the population is large in that area, given the statistics from Legist, we will ensure that the population's there. And we are going to work with the government. Yes, we want to work with the government and the government for that matter. Right. That, hey, this is what we have earmarked to do for that county for that year. Do you have something in our budget for it? Are you going to carry on as well as in that area? If the government does not have it, then we say that we want to do that to help to improve the lives of the people. We just want to create urban sector everywhere, and this will also, this will bring job creation to reduce the unemployment. Because right now, you see in the country, there's a huge trade deficit. Huge trade deficit. All of us have to be sending things to Liberia. The country is demanding more than, that other countries are demanding from.
And expensive.
Yes. So when our people have employment, when the economy is fully employed, it's going to help. It's going to help to reduce that trade deficit. If we get trade surplus, then we can now start exporting. Like, for example, peanuts, you know how to You know how to be importing peanuts from Guinea when you have the arable soil in Liberia that you can grow peanuts. We can make farm agriculture. We can buy the machinery from Japan, from China, and bring them to Liberia and engage in agriculture to employ people. And we start producing massively. And once we start to produce massively, we can process some of those products and sell right in Liberia. You know, once we have surplus, what's going to happen? We start exporting. We're not doing business that we want to put money in our pocket, but we try to reinvest anything we earn from it. We reinvest into Liberia more. So this organization will actually just develop Liberia, reduce the unemployment rate, reduce the trade deficit if possible, get rid of it. You know, a lot would also reduce the inflation. You know, there are a lot we would do in our country. Lots of stuff. So that's the idea. So the another new update is that to inform the public, there are some who don't know how to get to WhatsApp. If you can inbox me your number, I can add you to WhatsApp. Or if you know somebody who is already a member of our organization on WhatsApp, they can add you. Because there we make all the decisions for now. We have our website. Eventually, we'll migrate to our website where we'll be putting more information there for the public to consume. But we have not actually started with that operation like carry on projects and all the time. That's why our website is developed, but we have not yet started posting real more information for public consumption. But we will do that eventually. So if you want to be a member,
you also share the show so people, whether they share and stuff, you can do that while when we're on here talking about those things. You know, that's how people to get the information and stuff. You share it. That's what I'm doing too. I'm sharing it with people.
Yeah, I wish I knew how to do it. I could share on my page, but the other time I tried to do it, I went off. You know, that's the reason why.
So you try to do it on Facebook or YouTube?
Yeah,
but I know on YouTube.
I tried doing it the other day. It went off.
I don't know how the Facebook thing works, so I can't lie to you. I know do it on YouTube. So.
Oh, it's on YouTube. Okay, if you go on YouTube, you find it right now, right?
Liberia Watch News on YouTube.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I could do that. I could do that the next time, and before I come in, I will just make sure I just share a lot to get my fans, you know, to watch it. But that's good. But basically, that's what we do. This organization is going to help to transform Liberia, you know.
Yeah.
1 minute.
And it's possible. Like all of these things, it may seem like a big dreams now to you all. But if we all come together and embrace this vision and try to do what we need to do, it is possible. You know,
Yeah.
you know, like one person can do it all. But like the president was saying, there are a lot of us outside of Liberia. Lots of us that can, you know, make the difference that we want to see. We can do that. We don't always, and you'll feel good. Can you imagine that? Like the last time I was saying, can you imagine helping someone in like Grand Coulee County, right? Or Bapolo or someone you don't even know. Your project over there, your dollar is involved in it, or your $2, your $10 here and there. You are helping someone you don't even know. You are helping some widow there. You are helping some widow, some older person, some child that don't have. And that should be a good feeling knowing that you doing these good work that, you know, I know that the president said we should put God in it, but you know, God for that.
No, there is God. But we say before you come to our organization, pray to your God. We're not going to say let's do that and start praying, you know.
Yeah.
You pray to your God before you come.
Know that God, you know, God will bless you and bless your children when you do these things. Even if the blessing don't come to you now, will come to your children. So you have to see this as an opportunity. Give it a try. It's not much that you'll be some. No one is asking you for $10,000 here or $5,000 here. Just
just dollar.
Yeah, just be a part of the. You're already a part. You just don't know it because you're not in the chat room yet. You're already a part because you're a Liberian and you're outside of Liberia. That's the that's the criteria that you need to be eligible, right?
Yeah.
No membership thing. You don't have to come register and pay membership fee and do all of that. No, just get in the chat room like this number on the screen, the live feed. You can call that number, and you can be putting in my number when I put it on here too. That should be something that we all should be passionate about and share the show. Let us share the show. It shouldn't have to be, like I always say, bashing on somebody, bashing on the government before we be excited about these things and want to watch and want to come and tune in or share it and stuff like this. This is something good. I would do the little bare minimum like this to help Liberia. I will always be for it.
So I'll just sharing it right now on my page.
Oh, good.
I found
Yeah.
I found it on YouTube. I found it on YouTube and I'll share it. Yeah, so yeah, you're right about that. This organization is going to impact lives and communities in Liberia, not just one person. This dollar, because according to the Central Bank of Liberia, the country receives about 700 million to 1 billion a year in remittance. So just a dollar from every remittance, that's a huge money because we are more than 5 million people in the diaspora. And when we say diaspora, as I said earlier, it's not just America, it's not just Canada, Australia, Europe, is even Israeli. Once you live outside the border of Liberia, you are in the diaspora. And you remit money to your loved ones. So when we amalgamate all this money into one and kept it at the Central Bank of Liberia in an escrow account, where the diaspora board will manage this money, it's going to transform Liberia, not just develop, but transform that country in the twinkling of an eye. In the twinkling of an eye. So it's just dollar. Now, if you live in the diaspora and you have not remitted money to Liberia, or you are not going to remit money to Liberia, all right, because you now are not taking projects, or you're not sending money to loved ones, you still contributing towards the organization, because we have another means of collecting money, which is annual due payment. That's one update I want to give. The annual due payment, it's just 83 cents a month. 83 cents a month, or $10 a year. So whether or not you attend a meeting, go to our website, www.dr.org. It's there. Annual due payment is $10. Just go there, pay. We will see your information. We'll publish it. We'll post it on our website or in our chat room. Everybody will see that you pay your $10. Before the leadership is paying $150 right now to honorize some other costs for the organization. So, so come on board. Come and help us. Come on board. Bring your ideas how to make this to work. As I said, it's the first of its kind in the entire world. This has never happened in any part of the world. I always mention Ethiopia. They decided to pay their dime. What they did is that they collected money from their diaspora. All right, the Ethiopian diaspora. And they paid that dime, and right after it ended. Our organization, we keep remitting money to Liberia. This will continue forever. Forever, the money will keep going to Liberia. So all we need to do is how to manage the funds so that somebody can put that money in their pocket. So we're trying to create a bottleneck that will be very difficult for someone to siphon this money. That's why we say the money should be kept by the central bank. And why? Because central bank is a custodian of the 22%. That just in case the commercial banks went bankrupt. Because if you keep your money with EcoBank or with ABDI and they went bankrupt, you can only get 22% of your money. And who is keeping the 22%? The central bank is a custodian of that money. So we are saying the central bank is a custodian of that money. We keep all our money with the central bank. But the central bank, hands off. They can only use the money to good faith. But that, and we define the good faith. We in the diaspora, determine what that good faith is like. Because they are not signatory to this account, but they play a advisory role. Just in case there's inflation, central bank will inform, hey, your money right now, you got to identify projects to put your money behind, or else inflation will eat your money. So we identify that project, and then we take the money and invest it, to help the Liberian people. So this organization is going to be water tower, it's going to be clinics across the country, it's going to be hospitals. So that when you go to Liberia and you're sick, you don't have to run to Ghana. You can be treated right there, because we will treat medical doctors. We will even train scientists. But when we train you, you will have to return to Liberia. There will be a commitment you will make.
Oh, yeah.
Serious commitment. And the school you're going to, the school will be aware that you're going to return to the country to contribute what you have learned. You have to come. If you come, you graduate, you come, we'll send you to your country, to that hospital as a medical doctor. You will stay there, for 5 years, you will serve before you go on your own, you will spend 5 years. But maybe after like 5 years, you will not even leave, because the salary might be very attractive. So you will stay right there and help the people. And DLDR will be here to finance it.
And if you're someone who should have loved your country and want to help out, and you see that, you'll say, oh, I'm helping out, I'm getting paid. Like, it will be something that will attract you, and you will want to stay. Because Mr. President, it was surprising to know that we have a lot of professional people in these Americas that want to help out, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Places in our country, but they are not given a chance to. Who are willing to make those sacrifices? Because the money they make in the diaspora, they can't make that money in Liberia now, but they see the need and they want to do that. So, like you were saying, if that happens, and there's somebody who cares so much about helping Liberia, that's something that will jump on. Or even people who are already there, you don't even need to send them to school. So long the need is there, and you need that help. They're already part of the organization.
Yeah.
It might just be, like, this is my chance to make that difference that I always wanted to make. So, yeah,
of
so
course.
this is a good thing. This is a good thing, and we all should embrace it, guys. We can't say enough. We cannot stress it enough, right? We all claim we love Liberia. You can't be telling somebody, I love you, I love you, I love you, and there's no action.
No action.
I'll be looking at you like, right? Okay, you must think I don't know what love is, right? You have to show. Love is an action word, right? You have to show action. If you say you love Liberia, you truly love Liberia. Oh, I'll come to Liberia. I'll come to seven. I'll come to this is your chance. You're not even breaking a sweat to do that. That's the beauty of it, right? You don't even have to break a sweat to do that. And just be a part, be consistent, and just you don't have to, like the president, if you don't, because a lot of people don't be sending money because they're not, unless they're doing projects and stuff like that. But we still have the dollar. What it is? What 82 cents?
83 cents a month. Yeah, if you live in the diaspora, 83 cents a month.
Due payment, which is $10.
$10 a year.
That can be paid into the account here as well.
So, yeah, we have an account here already established.
It's a no-brainer. So I mean, I don't know what else to tell you to convince you. This is not something that anybody is, trying to run for public office in Liberia, because most of the time we see that when people are trying to look for votes, and that's not what's going on here. This is
no at all.
Genuine love for Liberia. The president is not trying to run for any seat.
I told them many times that's not my interest.
You hear me? Yeah, you know me. I'm a businesswoman. That is not my interest. To go and be. Nah, I don't have the patience for that, right? I can sit and talk. So where I know I can help out, it's places like that. So we all should be excited about this and want to do something, guys. You should be excited. It's about Liberia. If your dollar, even if it was $50 going to Liberia, it shouldn't be a problem. But no, it's not that much. Not at all. It's not that much at all. That's all we're saying. So yeah, Mr. President, go ahead. Just wanted to motivate them a
Yeah,
little bit.
you're right. And this money, as I've always said, is too negligible because you will pay it without even knowing that you're paying it. You already pay money to the money transfer companies. Every time you send your money to Liberia, they take money. Sometimes they take $5. It depends on what you're sending. You know, they take $15, $25. Sometimes they take $50 or $100. It depends if you send more money. They take more money from you. You don't complain. We just want $1 from that remittance. Just $1. So it's really minute, it's really negligible. And that dollar, it has a might into it because we put all together, we amalgamate all of them and deposit it in the escrow account at the Central Bank of Liberia that we call a patriotic trust. We manage that money. We decide what to invest that money into. That will impact the lives of our people. The whole thing is about Liberia. It's about our people in the country who don't have the opportunity to come to the United States or to go in the diaspora. Those are the people that we want to help. They are the ones we want to help. They get sick. They have no medical doctors to treat them. Pregnant women, dying, children, infant mortality is getting high because we have little things that here. I don't know when I carry my kids to the hospital. And even if I do, the doctor will say, go give them juice or drink. It's so funny. Yeah. Go get them juice to drink. Can you imagine? That's nothing. Because even the water we drink here, they would drink in America, is safe. It's like a medicine by itself. But you see somebody go draw water from the creek and drink, or from the well is wide open. But bacteria, germs, they're in there. And they just from that straight to drink that water. Even right here, we say the water is safe. We still have fridge, refrigerators that the water had to pass through with filter before we drink it in here. So you see how safe it is here. We're trying to help our people to improve their lifespan. The other day I was reading about Liberia life expectancy, it says about 49.
What?
Yeah, 49. 49 years is the life expectancy in Liberia. 49 years.
That's terrible.
When America is about, I think, 89 right now. It go high up. From 70, it's 89 right now in America. People still live. That's the average. People still live above 100 years in America. We're not seeing people in Liberia not living up to 100 years. They do. But on the average, 49. Many people die before they reach age 49. That's not a good thing. And I'm not shifting blame on the government. No. Government alone cannot do all this. We all have to do something collectively to help the national government, to help our people. In fact, if we all have carried on private sector investment in Liberia, government will not even face the dependency burden. Will not face the problem it faces right now. There are people in the legislature. There are people that work in the government. In the morning, they are, I don't want to use the word afraid. They are like, they found a way how to escape from the crowd that stand at their doorstep. Because people begging. Yeah. And those that are begging, they don't find pleasure in doing it. They don't find pleasure, but they have no jobs. They have no source of income. So as a result, they have become mendicants in their own country. It shouldn't be that way. But why? Because what? The private sector is not viable. And government alone cannot be the sole employer. That's the problem. Now, if the government does not pay salaries, it becomes a huge problem. The government has other things to take care of. Building roads and bridges, making negotiation, how to get money to the country. Government should not even be doing that because we should be able to attract investors into the country, that will help to reduce the problem.
Yep.
But if we are just on the media and criticizing any government, not just this government, because
Yeah.
you're not in power, because you're not there, so it's not your government, because you are not part of that political party, so it's not your government, and then you begin to criticize, it's not helping. If you're
Yeah.
criticizing, then do something positive to transform the lives of our people, like DLDR. Let all of you to join this organization. Let us put our resources together
Thank
and
you.
help to transform the lives of our people. We should not make them American in their own country. Beggars. They should not be beggars.
I
They shouldn't
agree.
be beggars. Because
So,
with this,
sorry.
Thank you so much.
So you've been watching, right? I know it's your first time being on the show with the president about the program. I mean, the organization we're talking about, which you are a part. You just don't know it. I keep telling all of y'all. I know you're Liberians living outside of Liberia. You're a part of that. It's not a membership driven kind of organization, something like that. So, from what you have heard so far, do you have something to add or ask that you're concerned about? Anything?
Yeah, thank you for being here, and I'd like to say good evening to you, Dr. Prince Yekezin. Um,
thank you.
um, and good evening to each Liberian that is following the broadcast. I've been following the show, most of his appearances on the show.
Mm,
Follow Kid and learn a lot about this organization. And I mean, I want to say thank you and to all those who actually brought this initiative. Obviously we have always thought in our minds, as Liberian, as a people, that it should all be about government, right? To see you as an individual and other folks who embrace this idea, I think it's a very good thing, right?
Thank you.
But I got a couple of questions to ask you, and pardon me if those questions has been asked in the past, but I just need some clarity as to where we and how's the organization is like.
mhm.
So I want to believe that you are the president. How is the organization structures like? What is the organization structure like?
Yeah, so we have the president. That's so for let me need the executive leadership. So we have the president, the vice president, the secretary general, the treasurer, financial secretary, the PRO, public relations officer, program coordinator. That will be handling all projects that we have in Liberia and in Liberia. And we have the technical person, technical services, director for technical services, and then we have director for human resource. We have different departments like auditing commission, for DDR internal audit. We have committees, different committees, ways and means, events, rules and order. There are different committees that we have, and then we also have the board of directors, right? And then we say that each county should send a representation to sit on the DLDR board. Each county from Liberia, because we are in the diaspora here from Liberia. Women were here from a county in Liberia. So we are saying the diaspora counties to send representation to sit on our board to make decision regarding the $1 remittance. So we're going to be having 15 board members. Right now we have 5. We stay encouraging other counties like Sano County, Nimba County, Maryland, River G, Riverside, Grand Bassa, Grand Cape Mount, the rest of them, But right now we have Monserrato represented on the board. He is called Francis Meza. Francis Meza is the president for the Liberian Association in Europe. And then we have James Andrew
So
representing
so
Bon Planet.
quickly, so quickly, I've already understood the whole organization structure, and I believe that it's inclusive, a very unique organization structure, right?
Correct,
Yes.
correct.
And yeah, very unique organization structure from your explanation right now. I want to drift you a little bit to this angle. I know you emphasize on the issue about non-political, non-religion, and all this stuff. But people believe in Liberia that organizations upon organization have come with this kind of a good mark, but at the end of the day, it ends political. Can you clarify or maybe emphasize um, on this non-political? And how do we trust this organization that they will not be non-political in the future? Because we have seen organizations been coming. I know this might be a first of its kind. I believe that this is a global organization. People from different diverse background, professional, all this stuff. But I want you to reassure the Liberian people, and how can we really trust these organizations and put our $1, $2.50 into it and
Yeah,
believing that it will not end into politics at the end of the day?
you're right about that. And as I said, this is the first of the kind in the whole world. This organization. We have not found any organization that is doing this. We have done our research. We pointed at Ethiopia, and as I said, right after their project, that shut down. Ours is not going to shut down because the diaspora community exists. And that's why we want everybody on board to give us idea. Everybody in the diaspora, every Liberian in the diaspora has equal right to the organization to make decisions about the organization. So it's not one person thing. No, it's everybody. So we say it's non-political. That is one reason we say it's non-political, because we don't want political parties to come here and influence decisions. So you want to do your politics, you stay right out there with it. That's why in our chat room, anything regarding politics, religion, we delete. We
That's
delete
good.
it. Except we
That's
don't
good.
see it. Yeah. Except at the time you posted while you sleeping or maybe aware and we didn't see it. But once we see it, we are going to delete it. Because we said we don't want to create confusion in this organization. People come to DLDR because they want peace of mind. And I can really see that. I can really see people are yearning for development in Liberia. People are in our chat room, they feel so relaxed because no confusion in our many other chat room you go, you see people tearing each other apart. This organization is not like that. Everybody want to hear that the legislature have passed this into law and that we have begun carry on development in the country. Even right now, people are paying their membership due. People paying their $10 right now because it's 83 cents a month, $10 a year, and the deadline is December the 31st of this year. So people already start paying. They're not even waiting for December. They already start paying. Can you imagine? We just started this organization in July. We made the announcement just a week ago. People are already paying.
Mm-hmm.
That is to show how interested, how serious people are with the organization. They are reputable people here. In fact, there are senators and representatives from Liberia in this chat room.
That's good. That's good.
In this chat room.
Someone may
They
ask.
are
Yeah, thank you for the explanation. But someone may ask. I want to believe that you are the dream bearer of this organization, followed by other
correct.
folks. What really motivated you? What brings all this organization? I mean, trying to help Liberian back home, and saying that, okay, can I always be about government? What really motivated you? What really prompted that idea?
Yes, you're right about that. It's because of love for a country. It didn't just start today. It started when I was in Liberia. I used to teach at the University of Liberia, as a teaching assistant for like 6 years. And in my economic classes, I always told the students, what we do here is about Liberia. If you learn, it's about Liberia. If you think Liberia, you work Liberia, then your little money you earn, you will enjoy it. I can remember a friend of mine, his mother once told me, she's dead now. She says she felt sorry for her kids because they will enjoy their money. I said, what do you mean they will enjoy their money? I said, but right now you are educating all of them. They might even travel out of here. They may find better job. And you say you feel sorry for them? Say yes, because bulk of the people in this country are not going to school. They are not educated. The dependency burden is very, very high. So there will be people standing at their doors tomorrow begging them. And it's happening right now. It's happening right now. So if we all think about Liberia, how to reduce the dependency burden, trust me, you will enjoy your money. I don't know, you're in America. I don't know when I saw people saying to your door asking you for money. No, it's not like that. Right. We want to create such an environment for Liberia. So I have always thought of that. What can we do to help impact the lives and communities in Liberia? That was before I came here, you know. So I was always thinking about Liberia. When I came here, similarly, I went to many gatherings, Liberian gatherings, and I heard the same thing. You know, I kept hearing them. Our country is not developed. Our country is not developed. And they are right. But no single idea how to develop that country.
Okay.
So, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's how the idea came about.
Yeah, law for country. That's very unique. This is our organization. Like Amy said, you part of the when you in the diaspora, whether you in the US, the UK, or whatsoever, you part of the institution. So this is our organization. So how do we identify projects? How is it like? Is there an annual be identifying projects, or are we going to identify projects randomly? Like for instance, right? If we have okay, probably we heard about a disaster program or a disaster issues in
Mhm.
Bapolu, for example, right? Are we going to immediately identify what those people are? I know there are circumstance-based projects that we will tackle, and there
Mhm.
are projects that we will look at as institutions that okay, we will undertake these things. So, how are we actually going to that? So I know we got annual based. Do we have annual based programs that we will target, and do we take into consideration as well? Like I talk about disaster and other things that will happen. Somebody was talking about helping
Mhm.
people right there, right? Are we
Yeah.
really identifying things that we're actually venture our time into? Like the honor base and things that will come in randomly, emergency like.
Yeah. Those are things that we are now putting together as to whether or not uh, we will engage ourselves in quick impact projects, or like why you mentioned disaster, projects. Those are what we stay analyzing. What are some of the projects that we're going to be undertaking? But what we know, basically, first we're going to be doing will be we want to build hospitals, we want to build clinics, we want to build a water tower, we want to build vocational institutions. Those are on our mind. Those are things we want to do, and we want to train medical doctors. We want to hire professionals and put them to those institutions, and we work with the Liberian government to make sure that uh, what we intend for the people, you know, uh, that they actually receive what we intend for them. Uh, it's all about helping the country. It's all about helping the government. It's all about impacting the lives of our people. And as I said, it's not only for this government, it's any government, because this idea is here to stay forever. This is beginning. There will be many other ideas how to do that. So we also say our project will be based on need assessments. Need assessments. So if the need assessment dictate that, hey, we got to invest some of our money in disaster project, of course we will, because it's to help the lives of the people. If the government does not have the money, then we will do that. So somebody may say the government already has money budget for all this. If the government has a budget for it, we don't interfere into that. The one the government doesn't have a budget, we're here to complement government efforts.
That's good.
What?
I'm glad that
Yeah.
you talked about when I was following. And pardon me if I ask a question that has always been answered. Pardon me. You talk about legislative, a legislation that you guys are, we have already put in. I always want to be part of this,
Yeah.
right? We have
Mhm.
already put in together, and what that legislature says, and I mean, we want us to be in enacted into law, and that's unique thing. It will not be a temporary thing. It will not be something that will stop even after that. Prince Yekizu there will be another person to proceed with this unique
Correct.
idea, right? It is the law in our country.
Mhm.
So what does legislation says? What are some of the unique thing in that legislation? If you mind, if you don't mind sharing with the listening public,
Yeah. Uh,
because you said
just
there's
all
a
what we have
bill.
been saying here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bill. Just what I have been saying here. In that bill, the money will be kept at the Central Bank of Liberia in the escrow account. And the Central Bank of Liberia will play a vast role on our board.
Yeah.
All right. To advise all on the monetary policy, because that's what they do. Be that the inflation, you know, where like the money transfer cabinet, for example, now remitting the money or now depositing the money. So those are the things they'll be involved into. They will sit on our board to give our advice. So that's one part of it. Yes, we said we want the bill to pass. So in that bill also we say that government hands off. Don't touch the money at the Central Bank of Liberia. Do not. If you do, we will decide what to do in terms of suing the government or that individual who directed the usage of that money may claim immunity at that time, but right after your term, you will face justice. And in our aid, we said you will be fined $250,000. You will restitute the money and you'll go to prison for 10 years. Not just one. I'm saying all. They may decide, the legislator may decide, oh, too much a harsh penny, let's reduce it into one. But for now, we got all three there to show how serious we are. That you cannot tamper with our money. If you do, you will restitute the amount. You will go to prison for 10 years. I mean, anybody, even in DLDR, the leadership, you misuse the money, the same thing, the penalty applies to you. That's why it's going to be law in Liberia, you know. So we say government hands off, the money will be kept by the central bank, and the dollar will be deducted from. And we got provisions in there when the remittance company should remit the money, should deposit the money in our escrow account until they get
Yeah.
5-day grace period.
Yeah, that I'm really glad that we actually had a bill to actually protect this initiative. Um,
Mhm.
um, I'm really happy that this is the first of its kind, being unique in this form and manner, right? Because
Yeah,
idea upon idea have come into that country, bear it down because it's not guided by some of these principal laws that you actually lamenting on it right now. And I believe that every well-meaning Liberian that means well for Liberian, you want to put your little cent into this organization. And I
correct.
mean,
Thank you.
I want to say this in addition to some of the encouraging comment that will always get the Liberian out there. Like I said yesterday, this cannot always be about government. There are a lot of unique things other people can do for that country there. I think we have to put our own together. $1.50, it is not much. Like I'm hearing now annually, you gotta be
A
paying just
dollar.
like $10.
Yeah,
Come on. $10, no
I
matter
know.
how is it like, no matter how is it like, that $10 must come out. So I mean, I'm glad. I've been following the conversation always when you come on with some leaders from the organization. But I've just been
Yeah,
popping in, like sometimes when I'm to work, right? But I mean, Liberians, this is something that we can actually put our $1, $2 into. You have to come on. Let's do this together, right?
Yeah.
Your $1, $2 is a whole lot that Amy was saying. There's somebody who out there needs that $1, and they're gonna
yeah,
pray for you to uplift you. They're gonna pray for whatever things that you're going through, right? Obviously, always I know that talk about, we're not bringing too many religion thing here, but I understand because when you want to be diversified, you want to accept everyone. I think everybody should do your own. Everybody should practice yours on your own before coming to
yeah.
certain institution. I understand that part, but God gonna bless you. God will actually return that money. You won't know how that money will be returned back to you.
Yeah, yeah,
Helping the
yeah.
poor out there, helping people who actually need. And respectfully,
Mhm.
there are people who actually go to bed. There are people who struggling. Like the doctor talk about hospital in this rural area. You will go there. People don't even know what they call injection
No.
since they were born. They don't even know. So if you have your $1 carrying they kind of a unique project to that to that rural side of Liberia. I mean, I think we'll be making progress as Liberians. So I
We
want to
will.
appreciate all Liberians that are contributing towards this project. I think we have to do it together. And as we always hold together, Mama Liberia will always get there. It can always be about politics, it can always be about government, it can always be
Absolutely.
about being associated with a particular group in the name of I'm loyal to this group before you make a
Yeah.
progress or before you be a Liberian. I think there is something that we all need to put our effort into. We all need to do what we have to do, to ensure that we actually get there. I'm saying that we had a contact number here. You can contact the number and do your little contribution so we can actually do what we have to do for our country. It has been a long, we've been talking. We need to get to action. It's not all about talking all of the time. I'm glad that you came on to explain some of these things.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you.
Appreciate it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday, that's the schedule for now. Every Wednesday
Okay.
we'll be here trying to give the information out to people who are not heard. And so please continue to share because a lot of people watch after the show most of the time. So it's share it and take part, take action. The number is right under the screen. Call so you can get added in the chat room. You can be part. I think I already added you in that chat room. Sorry if I'm not mistaken. Um, it's something. But yeah, Mr. President, you can give us a party or closing something, and so we can release you to.
Yeah. Thank you. And I appreciate again for hosting us, DLDR. This organization is here to stay, is here to transform Liberia. And I want to call on the Liberian legislature to help us pass this into law. It has been introduced, the bill has been introduced to plenary, the Senate plenary, by Senator Joseph K. Jala, senior senator for Lofa County. Uh, so the bill will go to committee room. If you need my clarification, I'm always available to provide more information. If this passes into law, this organization will transform Liberia. We need your input in the diaspora, all of you in the diaspora. If you live in Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast, Guinea, Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, China, Korea, anywhere you live in the world, Australia, come on board. For Australia, James Andrew is your president. I have spoken to him recently. He said he's going to organize a meeting because you guys time conflict with our time, 15 hours different. So he's going to schedule a time for you guys so I can speak to you guys in Australia. Similarly, for you guys in Europe, it's about 6 hours, 7 hours difference. Your president, Meza, said he's going to arrange a time too so I can speak to you guys. Maybe we'll have a different chat room for you guys, For Canada, we want to say thank you for inducting your president into office, Pressure Podia Dramani. We'll be speaking to you guys also very soon. So this is a global organization. We really appreciate everybody on board. Bring your idea. EULA is contemplating coming on board. They have not yet called us. They said they will call to a meeting. How soon EULA will call us? We are willing to attend your meeting to bring all of you on board. Thank you. And we want to say counter representation. We still need people we still need representation from Sino. In fact, we already have Lofa, Bone County, Bombing, Margibi, and Monserrato. So if I didn't name your county, that means you don't have representation. Again, we have representation for Monserrato, we have it for Bombing, Lofa, Margibi, and the other Monserrato. Let me rename that. So get busy. So Monserrato, Margibi, Bone, Lofa, Bombing. Okay, Bombing. So if I didn't name your county, I mean you don't have representation on our board. We need you to send representation on our board. And it has to come from a county organization. So please try in the diaspora. For you guys in Ghana, I'm trying to speak to the Ghanaian community, the Liberian community in Ghana, to speak to your federation. You can call me to let me add you to the chat room so I can speak to you guys. We need representation from Ghana. So there's a huge Liberian population in Ghana. We need you on board. Get on board. Thank you to Nile Exchange for hosting us again. We appreciate it.
Anytime, anything for Liberia. That's what we do here. We come here every night to talk about Liberia because we're saying we love Liberia. We're showing love, right? We're not like a George here that will say he love, but you can't show the love. You know, you got to show love. If you love Liberia, this is what you do. Just come in, dollar is nothing. $10 the whole year, not a month, the whole entire year. And if every one of us from Australia, Canada, Ghana, everywhere else, right, put together in that dollar, that $10 a year, that's something huge for our country to benefit from. And look at it as a common person who don't have it, right? Common person who don't have it, who are there, who are struggling by their living, by the, George, is that you?
Somebody had a box. Somebody has on the plane.
Yeah.
Isn't that
So just do that. I can't believe this.
So sorry, Amy. You know they say when you go to church, you can raise some. So I don't want to raise any chorus here that they'll ever be
wait
looking
for
at me.
Wednesday.
Okay, no
We'll
problem.
go rewatch it.
But Dr. Yekensin, thank you so much for coming. Really appreciate it. I just have a few questions for you concerning how the money will be utilized, who make the decision, and how is the representation are being nominated on that on our board and whatever. But look, I will come back on Wednesday. I'm free. I will have time with you. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful time.
Yeah,
appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night to everybody. Thank you.
No problem. See you guys Wednesday. So you guys, did you what is this? That is it for the diaspora in Liberia. No, seriously. Oh, sorry. And George, I don't know if George was not watching or something like that. But this is a good thing for Liberia, right? You know how we all want to, like I was saying, we all want to do something for Liberia, but we don't have the money to do it to make these.
Maybe is that going to increase? Is that going to increase the money when we send money to Liberia? Will it increase? We're sending fees. How is it done?
They're only going to take $1 from me.
So that means it's going to increase our sending fees
by $1.
By $1.
Yeah.
And so every time we send money, $1 is going to be deducted.
Well, you sending $5 million, they're only taking $1 from there.
Wow. There's some more I can be sending money to David for my blue year. Anyway, look, once it's going to help Liberia, we offer it, you know.
That's the spirit right there. That's what I want to hear.
Dollar shouldn't be anything of a problem. And when we send it, they will say that only you people sending money. Now, why I would say on this show. So, but you know what? The cool thing is that
we just talked about that. That's why I said go back and watch this show. I'll come back on Wednesday. We just talk about that. This is war politics. You're doing this for Liberia. This can be now the UB government is there, but the next government that will come, the following government from that, this is an organization that going on. It's not something I gotta do. It has nothing to do with any politics or whatever or government. They are there now.
I wish I could stay with you guys, but my glasses, I slept on them. Everything broke, so I gotta take them back for them to be fixed. So I have a wonderful show, guys. But tomorrow I'll be with you. I can't see without these things, you know.
Don't you in the chat room? The chat room on something?
I ain't chat room. I want to in our other chat room. I told me for that long time, you know. That's why you be in our place there. You told me for that.
Oh, you are misbehaving.
You see how you not play me.
Because that's the only time Thomas can keep people out of the
Because
chat.
you don't let any view that different from your view. Then you feel like
No. When you're insulting, they got people in there that have different.
No, I don't insult
But
people.
when
But
people
anyway, you
insulting
get your opinion.
and getting out
Have
of
a good
character,
show.
that's when they take them out.
Have a
So
good show,
I-
guys. Come, my man. Sorry that you can raise the chorus or the hug because I present what you're going to be on. So that you can raise it or hug.
Oh,
Okay.
I
I
see
don't
why
know
he
what
doesn't
you-
want to say it, sorry. He
No,
got
I don't know
glasses
what
on
you-
his
Here's the
face.
thing. Here's the thing. Let me just make a quick comment because I gotta go.
You
I
got
just
glasses
want
on
to
your face. You don't
appreciate
need to go
this
anywhere.
government. I just want to appreciate this government for this visa facilitated extension. It used to be 1 year. I don't care how qualified you are. Once you're a Liberian, they used to give you 1 year. That 1 year, they say you must go stay down in America for 1 year. No, that one the visa for when they catch you, they will send you back to your country. What they expect you to do in that 3 years is that you're able to go, come back. Then we stay there, they say visiting. And what they call it B1, B2. It means visiting and business visa, right? So B1, B2 visa, you can go to America, you spend some time there. Even you can go there and come back the same day, but it will take 3 years before you go back again to apply again. That's what it means. And guess what? For you to be qualified for that type of visa again, they're not about play. You gotta be somebody who either you're a business person or you get actual people in America who can, who can vouch for you that you're coming to visit them for family purposes, right? But it's a good thing because it will put money in the pocket of a Liberians because we know that every year for you to go pay that, $39 for the I don't know how to call it, that non-immigrant visa. It takes money out of people. You gotta print this, you gotta go this, you gotta do that, you gotta put documents together. It will save time. So 3 years is a good thing, but the cost at which we are getting it for me is disgraceful. But whatever is good for Liberia, we accept it. But next time, we want our president also or Deslo Yanti to negotiate about how to lower the bar for Liberians that are applying for immigrant visa. The last time I was there, because I think Tanji Bantu got a restaurant next to where the waiting place is for the American visa people. And I went there and I saw Liberians just sitting there in our sun waiting, waiting. And some of them will come outside, their face will be frowning. When they say they don't get it, they don't give it to them. So we want to pray that our government can also talk to their counterparts to make sure that they lower the bar. Because when 10 people apply in Liberia to go to America, they can get 1 person visa or 2 person visa, then are plenty now. Then at least get 5 people visa. You know what I mean? And then lower the bar. Because now that they're giving you 3 years, we will not go again, go high ourselves. Because no say we get 3 years to go and come back and prepare. What I want to marry somebody there, you know what I mean? Amy, you know what I'm talking about? Then I can go and come out before that relationship established. Then I can go out there.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So it will give us confidence now. So don't need to deny us again. We won't get 3 years, we can go come out, we know our mind settled, we'll not go high, I was saying somebody basement. So I want to thank the government for that. But that guy that they want to bring, that's Garcia. Look, Garcia, DS 160. Thank you, my brother.
Why you just jumping in your house because you got.
No, but I gotta go. So I gotta rush this out. I just chakla inside. So the thing is that
what's that?
I am grateful for this thing that's happened, and we want to thank the government for such a move. But why it is true that Trump said it. He said his foreign policy is transactional, right? So our government should tell us what they have given to them. We are not sure that only Garcia, because Garcia will just be on the table, but some kind of thing there again. It will not just be Garcia alone coming to Liberia for them to give the 2 years extension. So we thank the government, but we want to know the details. The details always, and the small but they know when they say condition apply, then they get a small but they on the paper. When I read when you go back for insurance, then they say no. Your haters ought to be heading that day when you keep for the team. So we want to know. Thank you, Amy. And you guys have a wonderful show. Sorry, I mean, raise some kind of chorus. Let Amy answer. Amy get fun too. Just sing praise to the government.
Okay. This is a critical and rational show, man. Go on outside with your current issue.
Okay, guys. Good night.
Yeah. So go to me. Sorry on that. Since he already raised
Yeah, great thing for Liberia. As a student of international politics, nobody would tell you say America giving this for free, right? I mean, we know always Emraga go for Indra, looking at the kind of leader we have currently, very transactional. Always believe that what he going for should be a return. Nobody know the fact of what Emraga gonna be getting in return. I don't want to speculate about whether Garcia being going or other people being sent back to Liberia. It's the reason we're getting the kind of huge you know, news, good news for Liberian. You know, I don't want to speculate because I don't have the facts. Because you know, and I know that the president is our president did visit the White House, and among five leaders, important, significant leaders, visited the White House. They had meetings. Who know what was some of the tell meeting they have, one-on-one meeting? What are some of the things that they said? Don't forget to know that Liberia is permanent, is non-permanent member on the UN Security Council. And I mean, they have interest in whether Liberia can have some to back down. And you want to look at historically what is Liberia in a relationship with this America that we're talking about. Liberia have always stand with America in terms of anything that they think
Mhm.
is in the interest of America. So you think America would not want to listen to us about certain thing? Like I said, we don't. I don't have all the details to speculate whether it's this or not. But opposition will say what they want to say, right? But I think it's a good thing for Liberia. We can use the opportunity and don't abuse it because over the past period of time, if we listen to, I think the foreign
It's
ministers
very
or somebody
expensive.
were giving update on the reason the overseas rate and all the factors that are led to people being
The
into the United
deportation
States. Yeah, the deportation issue is because
is
the
overstaying.
overstay of visa and people come for different programs they do not go by. And I mean, there's a lot of things happening when it comes to these things. So at the end of the day, you think you're doing it to actually get a better life and you want to be here to go or get off the needs and want that you need, but you're affecting other people out there. So
Exactly.
at the end of the day, if you look at it really, George was saying he's right. I got people who have applied for student visa. 90%, let's say 100%, out of 100%, you will see 80% or 70% telling say they are not successful.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's because of the
that's true.
skepticism and sometimes too based on some of the information you provide. Because now the people are doing serious vetting when
Yeah.
it comes to certain things that you will say
It's
about
not like
yourself.
before, the way
It's
people
not
used
that
to
people
just say anything and
they
just
can ask for your Facebook page and all to vetting
it
it.
seemed like when people expose
No.
themselves. So
So it's not easy. So I mean it's a good thing if anybody will want to speculate, that's their business. But
my thing
some
is,
mm-hmm.
sorry,
Come
sorry. My thing is right. I know people when they catch people lying or whatever, doing whatever. I can understand that because there's their you know rules or oof, I want to sneeze. Sorry, that criteria, right? Of coming in, if they catch you, that's fraud. Okay, I get
yeah.
it. But my thing is that I think that if they denying you, don't take the person money. I don't know how that's going. Something like or something like maybe not the visiting, but something like DV, right? We all know it and we heard stories, right? That people borrow credit money for their entire family. DV process. You understand what I'm saying? So come or when they come, then they'll pay somebody, the person their money back. Because they feel like when they come into work and then they'll
Yeah.
pay that person. And then somebody credit like President of Liberia, $3,000. Or go and sell that whole house just
Yeah.
for money. And then at the end of the day, you take that money and then you say they're denied. And we heard a lot of people dying.
It's
They
not refundable. Yeah. I mean
yeah. And
yeah,
I think that's that like the lives that have been lost in this situation. The government
yeah.
should kind of speak to them about something like that. Even if you're not giving them the whole at least 50% or something. But you can't just take the whole
People.
that's to me that's robbery. You can't just take the whole thing and then you say, oh no, I can't give you the visa. No, if you're denying me, deny my money too. You, we should know. They should know that that's Africa. They should know how people don't have money. People are poor. People are. This is there's these. The way some people are getting these money, the only way they can survive these things is when they're out of there to be able to pay these money back. If you take in their right there, they lost their homes, you know, other stuff. How do you expect them to? That's why people are fainting and something. And I think
Yeah.
something has got to get done with that part
And,
of it. That's
and
my
what I'm
perspective.
hearing now they said the DV process is getting tough in a sense. What you had to be a lot of required document. I think you got to pay a certain amount. I'm not too sure of that, man. It's not refundable, right? So let's talk. Let's like you were saying, right? Let's forget about what you were paying to play the DV, but the expenses you go through.
Yeah,
Sometimes
expensive.
like 3, 4, 5,000. Sometimes even go above that, right? Because the longer your process stay long, the longer different thing comes in. Sometimes things a document get expire, you have to renew them, all the stuff and things. We don't know how much sometimes it go. So we get approximately let's say 3,000 or 3,000 plus, right? After spending all that, and at the end of the day, you go and see that you are not successful. It's very frustrating. There are a lot of people who go traumatized, like you said. Some people will lean to that and even death come upon them because demands, because sometimes they
So
share their
much, so
property.
many stories. Sorry,
They,
you're not even believing
yeah.
that
So
I heard about stuff
yeah,
like
yeah, they take money, their business money, and put it into that process. And at the end of the day, so like you said, I think it makes sense. The government you push for. So can we want a refundable aspect of the whole process or some of the processes that has been going on? I know for immigrating, it's very difficult, right? It might stay long, but it's very difficult in most cases to be denied, right? Sometimes there is a go bring proof for them, but most likely 90% of immigrant, I think, in my mind of what I read, it's likely. But DV and other processes, I think the government can advocate, like you said,
that.
they can advocate to say, okay, we want the percent to be refundable. It can't be all because this is a business issue, like gambling. Now, when you go into
Yeah,
it,
they giving so much. They're getting so much money
yeah.
out of Africa. Then they can be making this seem like, oh, they can't send it. They can't. They're doing somebody a favor. Do you know how many billions of dollars they get from that every year?
Yeah, exactly.
And then when they play
Exactly.
politics, where yeah, oh, they can't send the DVD again. I'm like, no, they're not. They would not because they know what they're getting from there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's a good thing, like you said. I mean, government can push for some of these things, and we believe that the foreign policy chief architect right now, Madam Besu Yanti, she's been doing a lot. I think she can pull for some of the ideas. So as to Liberia, gain something back because it's not easy in that country,
It's
sister.
not.
If you wake up in the morning, you even look at your inbox, you know that it ain't easy. So I mean, it's just like that. So I mean, that's a unique idea. I think the government can look in
Yes,
that light
they
too.
have to. I'm not talking about other programs, but there's DV program. They got to do something about it. It's frustrating for a lot of people,
Mhm.
and yeah, and it's just the livelihood of our people. They want to get out, right? They don't have
Yeah,
the money. They're giving you $3,000 for the families and stuff. Yeah, they don't have these. I mean, some people they can afford it, but not everybody,
yeah,
right?
exactly,
So
exactly.
they are loaning these money from people. They are taking a loan.
Yeah,
And they
yeah,
thinking that they would get out of there and come and work and send these money back. And then just when you tell them, say, I'm sorry, right?
yeah,
You're not like right there. They're thinking that, what the hell? How am I supposed to pay this person money back?
yeah,
Or, oh my God, I just sold my house. What am I going to do? You know,
exactly.
that's a
Oh,
lot to
I
make
just loan
somebody
my house, and somebody
yeah.
that, yeah, that way you see access being going to people's houses and putting the whole family out. Like, I'm like, you be frustrated sometimes, man. Too much.
So it's
But I've been,
something.
yeah, I think we need to do something about it. I've been thinking about this. Can I say reshuffling or I mean, uh, I mean appointment and dismissal, right? The reshuffling issues of government, right? I
Mhm.
think when they said it, but people were sleeping, I think he wake up. And you don't want to allow somebody who
Yeah,
see
Morris,
that.
can you please twist your camera? You're not going with like just looking up like, can you please twist it for, like the box, please?
Yeah, like you rotate it a little bit, Morris.
I don't know. Let's see.
When he do it,
Yeah,
I
the
saying,
system is not on.
but I think he needed to rotate it before he come,
Yeah,
something
you
like
gotta
that.
set it. Then the moment you do it, it will just swing by itself. They can make you like the lone soldier. All the dark screen there, right? You just straight in the middle like this.
Yeah, I think he has to rotate it before he come, Sometimes
Yeah.
you rotate it before you start, before you enter studio. So like I was saying, right, I did
Mhm.
reshuffling things. It's shaking the country. And I spoke to a friend of mine today. He said he don't really know what is happening, and he's like,
Why?
yeah,
You work for the government?
he works in government. He said
Oh,
I don't
snap.
really
So
know.
everybody checking their boots?
Yeah, he said I don't really know what is happening, but I think the people wake up and. The issue about marriage making or the honeymoon time, I think it's getting
It's
over, or
over.
it is over because when we sit on this platform whole day, we talk to government officials, we talk about some of the things. I think the president is listening, right? And I'm glad that there are changes coming to government. People should not always think, and that should send a message to anybody who think you got certain presumptive to the presidency, or you feel that you win the people water, you champion the cause of the rescue mission. You cannot be taken over because folks like Roman Pinegori, I mean, there's nobody will be untouchable. So know that you come to this government position with a privilege, right? That's not your right. That's not your property. Know that the president, because when the president said in that meeting, like I said yesterday, that if he get rid of you or suspend you, not even the individual who recommend you, when he gonna listen to.
But
That
what's the
means,
point of my listen? Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
I didn't
means
suspend you because I wanted somebody to I suspended you because or fire you because you're not doing the right thing. So why was
exactly.
he gonna
That
yeah.
means that means what he when he means when he actually say you're not in line with his agenda, and they send you a lot of communication to put you on your light, or do things that will actually make you put you on your light. You cannot do what is best for the Liberian people. You got to get up
And
because
he
we're
has
not
been
yet to,
saying it.
yeah, we're not yet to waste time, right? There's no time in our favor for people to come be married making with government official, government appointed job. This is something that 1,000 of people want. You got one position out there, you got more than 4 to 5,000 people want to be a minister.
That's sad.
Then you come there, the privilege has been given you. You're joking with the agenda, you want to do all sort of things that doesn't make sense to the Liberian people. You will get out, we'll get you out. Because you know
But
what? We need to set the legacies for other folks that are coming. Whether government to come or you know, if the probably hire intent, I don't really know to come by. That legacies must be set. Yeah. So you want to say something?
right. The thing is, I'm shocked, right? Is it a shuffle or a dismissal?
That's the question I asked too.
I don't I don't know what it is. And seeing
I
that, I'm
think it's a
like,
dismissal
what
because
did
I'm
he
not.
do? So, because we have never heard anything about him, right? But one thing I know, people has been complaining about the mining sector, right? There are a lot of illegal minings. People are doing this. People are doing that. I mean,
You want to
is
check on
this
Morris?
is there something that
I say you want to check on Morris. Maybe he had it back. I don't know.
No, he's not there. Is there something that does it have something to do with the whole illegal mining thing that people are not doing this and doing that? Is that why? Like, what is going on? Sorry about that. Yeah, so I want to know more about that. If it's just a shuffle, and or it was the dismissal. I want to know, and because like I said, I never heard anything about this guy. Maybe y'all did. I don't, but it's kind of shocking. So,
Yeah, man.
but
Like you
welcome to
said,
it.
brother Toure, how you doing?
Doing well, sir. How are you? How are you, me?
I'm good. So, like you said, like we are asking the question. For me, I don't believe it's Chevron, right? it's a fun of wanting to shove a government official, right? But I mean, what I'm seeing here is this measure, because if you are rich.
Oh, somebody calling that boy. So same thing, Ray. Same thing with you. I know you just something that we're talking about woman pay and something like that. But I mean, what do you think this is? Do you think it's a shuffle or is it dismissal? Because I don't know. And if it's a dismissal, shouldn't we see like a letter of dismissal like it's always been? What happened? You have to fix your own now. Oh boy. Yeah, go ahead, Teray.
So it's a very complicated, should I say, a very delicate kind of situation. We all know Women Pay can be very high-headed. He's one of the guys that
I don't know that
just,
dude.
I mean, he don't, he's someone who's very, very, have a
EJ!
of self-respect. I don't meet that, you don't get here.
Oh, sorry.
So he's someone who's highly opinionated, and he don't.
Sorry, y'all, that's my son.
No, you good. He just seems to have a. I just wanted you to meet yourself so that you can't say something otherwise.
I'm about to say something. Trust me.
But and that's why
I thought I muted myself, but it is something. But go ahead. Sorry about that.
Yeah, so he's someone who's highly opinionated. He's very, very self-conscious. He's self-aware. And sometimes when you're dealing with individuals like that, you have to be delicate in your pursuit as well, how you handle that person. Do I believe his placement was misguided? I don't think he should have been someone who the president should have sent to land and energy, mines and energy. I thought
that's
the
his
president.
profession, though.
Well, this is the thing. It can be a profession, but at the same time, you might not have the demeanor to deal with the delicacy of that of that institution right now. Giving everything we know about that place. Women Pay, just look at his demeanor. He don't look at someone who's very, very rah-rah, someone who's very up-tempered, someone who's he might be like that, but not in a confrontational way, even though he can be very, very,
Is that
very,
what we
very
need?
well, we need somebody to lead that kind of agency. Because what the campaign was all about, at least what brought the president to power, was the fact that some of these institutions, especially that have to do with the area that he was in charge of, the areas where some of the areas that came on a lot of scrutiny on CDC, that boy giving a lot of fake, how do you call this, money, certificates, if for lack of a better word, and the president campaign on this, that he will come in and review all of these things and try to make sure that everybody that's going to mine Liberia will be under the watchful eyes of the authority overseeing that institution. And even under his watch now, we're seeing that there are a lot of stories coming from various counties, including my county, Bon County, and other counties, Sanu, and different part of the country, that there are a lot of illicit money happening.
Yeah.
Right? And 2 years now, coming 2 years under this administration, and we still got this thing going on. People are complaining that there are a lot of Burkinabes and Chinese and other Africans, Ghanaians, Nigerians, everybody just in our water. Like I said to say, it was a Thanksgiving, turkey giveaway. You know what I'm saying? This is absolutely absurd. It is. No, you see, there's the thing. I mean,
the pregnant are here.
For some of us that have lived in the Western world, and for some of us that have lived in exile, not even half our life. I left Liberia when I was 7 years old. So that explains that I've lived exile, my entire life, right? And to see when you live in exile, how you supposed to carry yourself, how you supposed to behave, how you supposed to do things in accordance with that area. And to see this news coming out of my country that everybody just going there like it was a free Thanksgiving turkey giveaway, that everybody can just go and just choose which country you go to and just start digging.
And just start digging. Digging your heart away.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. What are we doing? It's 2025. Like, we can't get these things straightened up. So I think the president got frustrated. And this is what I'm saying. Amy, you can have a profession in an area, but still be dominant in your discipline or in your approach.
That's true.
Maybe the president got a little fed up, and there's the thing that might not be the entire facts. I'm just speculating.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
knowing who Raymond Pay is, his demeanor, he definitely do look like someone who's slow thought to walk on issues, and that is not an area where you need somebody. You need a boot on the ground 24/7. So. I mean, should the president have done it differently? Absolutely. But I'm pretty sure for the president to have just dismissed him and then come with a replacement in less than 42 hours, that's definitely...
We didn't even get a dismissal. We just got a replacement.
Well, yeah, so I'm just saying, then obviously it get to speak, I mean, that there was absolutely this thing been boiling over. This thing been happening a long time because, I mean, I'm telling you, I mean, you're not just going to dismiss somebody and then the next morning you got somebody right there. So maybe there's something, the thing been going on behind the scene, and the president just felt like, all right, man, if this, because this is the thing, man. You see how the president moving, right? You can see everything about the president, and I'm one of those people that comes on consistently and beat on the president on a lot of things. But sometimes leaders, you need to make some very, very, decisions that might not be popular. And I think this is one of those decisions where people are saying that Raymond Pay is a party loyalist. Raymond Pay was one of the people that stood with President Boakai when Ellen did what Ellen did to President Boakai. Raymond Pay was one of the people that actually, came up forcefully and voiced their opinion that Ellen should be expelled from the party for life. And he stood by the former VP for all this time, and for the VP to treat him like this. So people are putting him on the side of it, but not looking at the consequential aspect of it if the president don't make the decision. That whole area, man, that whole mining area is a mess. And I think hopefully the president not going to do the same mistake he did at the FDEA. I hope the president bringing in that person is absolutely robust in their approach. But it should not be the same that we had the DEA with A.B. Kromah and the Fadigas, man. Because if that happens again, by replacing somebody with we're now going through a proper vetting and having the same story again, and now on then.
But you're right. This is why you and I always differ with a proper vetting team, right? You can vet somebody. They can have the best of resume. They can say, "Oh, I did it before. I did it." You do not know. You have some bad people. You have some people who interview, have some shitty interview, and they do a tremendous job when they go on the job, right? And you have some people who just, they are so fabulous when it comes to interviewing, right? They give you all the right answers, do all the right things. When they go on the job, they are one of the most shittiest workers, It's so, like, with that part, that's why I always kind of get confused there with the whole proper vetting thing when you're talking about it.
Well,
how do you stop something like that?
Well, I mean, if you're a hiring manager, you don't just go with the CV or the resume, right? There's something called the art test. There's something called, having a conversation, and through conversation, you can definitely gain some cue. Oh, absolutely. Because this is the thing, you can write all these AI generated, stuff on your resume, but if you're not able to articulate on what is on that resume, I can tell a bull-faced lie, because if it's not coordinating, what you are telling me on your resume does not commensurate with the conversation that you and I are having. I can tell from that. You know what I mean?
But that's what I'm saying. You have people who knows how to do all of that.
Well, this is the thing. Leaders, you have to put the right people in position to make the right decisions. That's part of leadership. All right. If I'm going to put somebody there as my hiring person, I almost assume by giving them that right that the person is the right person. The person will do all of the vetting. The person will do everything necessary to hire the most qualified and the most experienced individual for whatever position that they're hiring them for. Right. That is my expectation. Do I agree that you might not find everybody to be, or 100%? Absolutely. Right. But the thing is, we have to start looking at things and start holding people, responsible for making decisions. Look, I've hired people, right? And with everybody I've interviewed and hired, are they the best people? No, it's a give and take. Some people are very good at soft talking. They can talk their way into a position, right? I totally understand, right? But I'm just saying, government and private owned entity, they want a different thing. Before you hire somebody in government, you really, really want to do some digging. Does the person even have any specialty in that field? Have the person served in that capacity before, right? All of these things will give you a little bit of informed decision in who you bring in. Unlike the CDC, where we have people like Jefferson Tamakoji becoming city mayor, and nobody knew wherever if that dude had any professional, or job experience. In my bro, sorry they were there. Obviously, they know Jeff. None of that, but you bring that man, you made that man city mayor. Then you're surprised why he's not performing, or you're surprised why he's actually roaming the street with a bunch of talks and telling people he's not a dumper hero. You know what I mean? I mean, how irresponsible can somebody be?
It's not like that. But anyways,
that's exactly what the man said. The man said he's not a dumper hero. When the pressure mounted on him, that's the only thing he could say. He's not a dumper hero, But if they got in any,
if I was the president, you'll be fired the next day.
But if they got in any kind of situation where pressure mounts, you know what you say, Amy? I get it. The city is filthy.
Yeah.
But we're doing everything within our power to make sure that
the little resources we got and all of that, But you're talking about I'm not done by then. Oh, but you can take the money. But anyways, sorry, come in. You're talking. I think somebody called you. Sorry, you with us?
Sorry,
looking at you. Sorry,
I'm muted.
Oh, you on your phone? No, we can hear you.
Yeah,
you're muted. You are muted.
Hold on, let me see if I can mute him.
I think he muted himself.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, he did.
Unmute yourself. Yeah, so with the whole hiring process, I get it, and I'm pretty sure the president too wanna. But I heard remember that says field of sturdy or whatever, and that's his cup of tea. So I thought, and he's like I said, we never really heard anything bad about him. All we know is that the money sector, we hearing all these shitty things every day, like you said. The country beef Thanksgiving turkey being given away. Like, oh, the presidents are here. Everybody got free turkeys, right?
Crazy. I mean, it's so weird. I mean,
but that's what we've been hearing. Money, this, that, and all the Grand Gita. I don't know, is it Gita Mountain? Is that how they call it? The boogie and bees are there, and there's other place people are just mining, just digging up everywhere, and that's.
It's like
what's going on? What the government doing about these things? We heard about it before. We're still hearing that. This is not cool. So
they're not turning the whole thing into Oprah on Thanksgiving Eve. You got a turkey. You got a turkey. Everybody
no, and it's like you got a shovel.
You got a shovel. You got a digger. You got a license. Jeez, man, what are we doing, man?
Yeah,
man. I mean, some country they can't even allow you or foreigner to even get land to build house. Do you know that?
I think Ghana is one of those countries.
You know what I mean?
Now that they're doing it to bring
Like,
in the
yo,
diaspora,
just
Americans, Black
look,
Americans, giving them both.
you have to go through a citizen, a Ghanaian citizen, to be able to establish a business. You have to literally, and the person have to get at least 30% or 40% out of the business, right? Because this is the thing, your land is your God-given right. That's what God gave you, right? You need to protect that. You need to protect the integrity of that land. And for anybody and any persons can just come from any country and just get a wheelbarrow or shovel and a digger and just go land on any area and just dig anyhow.
I'm doing whatever.
It shows the unseriousness and lack of self-respect. And you know, look, this speaks to every one of us. And the people in those countries are allowing people to go into your waters and into your, you know, stuff and dig. It's on your too. Because at some point, let me tell you, you have to protect your territorial integrity. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to wait for government. And you know the sad part? Some of these people, they are in collaboration with some of the lawmakers. That's the sad part.
Well, that's what the people always say. That your government
that's the sad part. When they get into this wool into these forests and stuff like that, it's almost like I don't want to drop any senator or lawmaker name, but almost like the person sent me, oh, I'm team for the person. Like, what are we doing, man? Like, come on, man. And when someone get frustrated and say, like, brother, I'm country, then people be saying, oh, man, what do you mean by that? Because how can you have a sovereignty, but you acting like you are controlled by somebody else? How can you have a sovereignty, but you don't have any territorial integrity? You know, you don't protect your territory. You know, your lands are open for foreigners. Your lands are open to criminals. Your lands are open to people that can actually come in and really inflict, you know, harm on your citizens. You know, so these are some of the issues we have. And I think the president might have gotten a little bit frustrated about that whole situation. And the president said, yo, man, what's going on here? You know, what is going on here? Raymond Payne might have been like, you know, he probably have a degree in that area. But for a very long time, the man have been working with the party. You know, the man have been working with the party executive, your former secretary. You know, he actually helped nurture like the Mo Ali then, the Amos Pueden. You know, he you know, all the guys were under his wing. You know, so sometimes, you know, when you stay away from your you know, from your field of discipline for so long, you know, even though you might have the you know, the natural tendencies of doing the work, but you might not have the exuberance, you know what I'm saying, of doing that. Like, because it is a field-based kind of discipline. You have to be on the field. It's not something like you have to be in your office and all that stuff. And when I say you have to be on the field, obviously he's the director. He don't have to be there all the time, but at least, you know, there has to be some impact in that area. Everybody just saying, man, I'm going down, I'm going to go digging. Nah, that should not be.
Ture, do you think the president should have or should divert him in another, you know, having placed in another position? Or because I hear a lot of people making it seems like, you know, the president did a bad thing. And this is what I don't understand about us Liberians, right? We cry about something, wanting change, wanting people to be intentional, wanting people to be robust in doing things. We want that leader who would not come in and be like, okay, I can't do it to this one because he's my this, because he's my that, right? But then when we seen it, and this is what some of us supported the president, right? Because we thought that he was an older person, he was not into these, you know, young guys and stuff. stealing luxurious things and wanting to be like his whole thing now was to leave a legacy, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was his whole aim, and that's what he was. Still, he's saying Liberia the way Liberia is, and from his youth to now, and the way he talks about it. When I watched him talk, and all I saw was okay. All this man wants is to leave a legacy now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what gave me the conviction when I was working with my frustrated self 2023 from Liberia. And God, I gotta go do something. I know I don't live in Liberia, but I gotta get paid for somebody to for it. This dude gotta go. This is not working for us, right?
Right.
So that's what listening to the president now. Hey, welcome, Mama Harry. I see this. I mean, this is a grand welcome right here. We've been here looking for y'all. See the funny this is one of our followers, Ture from Spoon Night Show. Welcome. Thank you
Yeah.
for finding us. We are
Oh
here.
yeah.
So yeah,
Oh
so
yeah.
like I was saying, you know, like when he so that was my point of, you know, my whole thing conviction to support him, right?
Right.
So and then over the low 1 year, some people are complaining, oh, he's not doing it, his people are doing it, they are doing it. So now that he's trying to just introduce a little bit of himself, you know, doing these things and not doing it because this guy is my party person, he stood with me too there. So if woman pay, we don't, like we said, we don't know the full story, right? But let's pretend or something that he wasn't doing his job right. Like we said, we hearing all of these funny things, mining this, all the thing. Foreigners are doing this, foreigners are doing that. If that was the reason why President Boga got him out of there, why are people making it seem like it should be about Wilma Pitt being a partisan? It should be about Wilma Pitt being a person who stood with President Boga when President Sirleaf treated him certain ways. So because of that, whatever is going on in that sector, right? That is not right. He should ignore it and just take, you know, the fact that Woman Pitt stood up with him. So Woman Pitt should stay in that position, and even if that sector is not thriving, it's okay. Why are people, you know, thinking like that? And the same people, if that happens to Ray, these same people will come back after how many years and say, oh, he never did anything. He couldn't even find his woman because of his own partisan. He was doing everything in that sector and nothing happened that he left in there. You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, you're me there. What do we want as Liberians? I'm confused.
Well, I'll tell you what. This is what the president is doing. The president is putting that whole
Too, Mama.
The president is putting that whole illusion that loyalty, political loyalty, should be extended even at the detriment of the state. The president is trying to get rid of that, right? Mm-hmm. The president is trying to get rid of that because that have not taken us to any place, anywhere whatsoever. Absolutely. Just because a person or group of people are loyal to you and your cause, or at least they were responsible in some way, shape, or form in bringing you to power, you should not in any way hold them right at the detriment of the peril of a state. You know, this is the thing. I've said everything about Raymond P. Raymond P is a party loyalist. Raymond P is not one of the guys that now that the president dismissed him, you know, that Raymond P is going to jump onto any of these, you know, political party. No one should fear that Raymond P will join the CDC or Raymond P will go to CMC. No, Raymond P is a U-based top and bottom. He's not going to switch up. All right. He's going to be exactly who he is. And this is not Raymond P's first time. Right. He's still going to be there. Do I expect the president to consider in moving other places and stuff like that? That is a possibility. You know what I mean? Because that guy, he's a UP man. You know, he been like that. You know, so we expect that. right? But like I said, Raymond Pay can be high-headed sometimes. He's not one of those guys that was some. And I think it got to a point where the president fell. Like I said, I mean, let me come back to that point. To replace somebody and yet have somebody right in there, it tells you that the president been having a conversation with Raymond Pay for a very long time.
Yeah.
And why having this conversation to see a little bit of spark, and he did not see it, and while prolonging the whole process, the president already looking at somebody to really put him there. That's the reason why you saw that swift move to bring about his replacement. And it also speaks to the level of urgency that the president looking at area where I don't have to wait for another 2 weeks or a month to put somebody there, because land, mines, and energy, that area need to be absolutely looked at right now, because they're booking our base and Chinese and Nigerian Ghanaians and foreigners in our forest digging whatever they can lay their hand on. It is not only a security threat to us, but it's also a sabotage to our territorial integrity. And the president went ahead and make that move. You know, I applaud the move. Like I said, I don't know the detail of the story, but only time will tell. And Raymond Pay, he's not one of the people that will shy away from any confrontation, I can say, because the man did Helen Johnson leave.
Thank you, Dora. So not to say we are, you know, some kind of we're for the foreigners here or whatever. We just want things to be done the right way. That's all. That's all we're saying. Welcome, Momo. Sorry, you're talking before your phone went off. Can you hear us now?
Yeah, are you guys getting me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Thank you. Somebody, yeah, I gotta join the gadget because somebody called me on my phone. But I mean, Raymond P. P has been a UP partisan, and like Turo was saying, right? If people actually think in their mind, you can sit in these positions and think that, oh, I champion the cause of a president and not doing what is needful to the Liberian people, you're getting it wrong. Because I said it previously, if Raymond Pay can go, anybody can go. Nobody's untouchable. And when the president said, I mean, we're not here for play, he meant what he said, right? So, I mean, people always think in their mind, oh, I champion the cause of the struggle, so I cannot be touched. You're getting it wrong at this time. And this should be a strong message sent to anybody who found privilege within the government to serve certain position, right? So Raymond Pay was dismayed, like out of all, somehow speculating the cause of it is Bezos, and most likely we're hearing that he was not performing. And you can bear with me, there are a lot of illegal money going on in Liberia, right? I'm not saying, or no, we are not saying that's the reason of it, this measure, but you can, on the average, there are a lot of illegal money going in Liberia. There are cases around that have not been resolved with illegal money, people doing all sorts of things. And like to really try to stretch a point out, people being radical, people being outspoken, and the outspoken and being infected into their work is a two different thing, right? You can get out of the outburst, you can be critical, you can be somebody who, you know, I mean, can say a lot of good things when you appear on the camera, but your managerial skills or somehow how you manage certain sectors of ministry is a different ball game, right? So I mean, I don't doubt that Raymond Pay has not been that leader, but it's one thing to be a leader in political party and champion the cause. And I know he's been serving some ministerial posts, but it's another thing to spearhead a whole organization that I know we actually heard that he has a lot of, I think, bachelor degree in energy or whatever thing, but it's a whole different thing to run a particular ministry. Well, like I said, we just speculating on these things. And one thing I've always had, I don't know what I've not read this Mesa letter.
Is there any?
I mean, he mentioned that he was recalled in this case. We did not see any detail as to what is the particular reason. I did not see any administrative reason or other stuff and things. Usually when people are
dismissed, you see administrative reason or ethical breach and all the stuff. So we have to sometimes get the detail, because if we don't get the detail about these things, you always leave out the speculate opposition or imposition. People will say their own. So sometimes it's good. So you spell out what is the reason this individual was dismissed for, right? And that makes, because opposition want to hang on to his wife post, because we saw a post from his wife saying integrity, all the stuff. During that, people have already thought that this man is very critical and he's always been integrity man. People feel that, oh, because of his integrity, you don't want to bury integrity because of certain things. That's why this president is amazing. People run with that speculation. I know that's not the fact, right? So I mean, and that's not bro for us. People want to hang on this thing to make a point. Women pay will speak, right? When women pay speaks, I know it will not be now like Teresa. Women pay has been one of the UP partisans that has been very brutal about issues. He fought early. He did what he could do to stand his ground until early. They got Eddie, or the area spell early on his leadership, I think, as chairman or secretary, one of his positions, right?
Thank you.
So I know Women Pay, he's not one person who will keep quiet on these issues. Who want to know the fact around surrounding, or what are some of the reasons he was dismissed?
Mama?
Yeah, thanks for the show, man. I've been probably very busy lately. Never been on the show for a while, but hey, it's good to be back. But yeah, strictly to the issue of Women Pay. Women Pay is a very strong stalwart of the Unity Party. We all know that. His dedication to service and his loyalty to his party is just one that is so dear. Women Pay, for me, I have so much respect for him since he took over the Lands and Mines Ministry. We've not heard any issues of any kind of malfeasance, financial malfeasance, something else. So until we get the detail for his dismissal, I just don't want to speculate on why he was removed or dismissed. Another thing is he works at the will and pleasure of the president. Once the president sees fit that maybe he's not performing, or maybe there were some irregularities, for those things can call for dismissal. So I don't know. None of us know. We're all speculating on this show that Women Pay. Some people will say Marafino, but you always see the other side, the guys from the other side will try to hang on something, to sort of spin it with the propaganda saying that Women Pay, they all wanted to, he wasn't following the sound of the drum that the Unity Party, according to them, that Unity Party is playing. Like maybe they wanted him to do some corrupt deal, or he's not giving, he's not listening to what the president wants him to do. He wants to be straight, and maybe the president wants to be straight. These are all propaganda. So until we see why he was dismissed, like for someone like Women Pay, it's very difficult to sort of speculate on why he was dismissed, because this man is a great man. He's a great statesman. He has served his party with, a high degree of distinction. He's one of those leaders that you just can't throw anything at, So for me, I just want to hold back on my thoughts, for his dismissal, and see what, maybe the emails are going to come out, the government going to come out and tell us why he was dismissed. And we're not going to pay attention to even the CDC, trying to champion Women Pay. They always try to grab on something because they are losing the battle already. So they're trying to find ways to, gain relevance. But we're not going to pay attention to them. What we're going to do is focus on, the nation and how best we can move the nation forward. So with Women Pay, we wait until the actual region for his dismissal can surface.
Well, Mama, I know you said that he's a great state man. He's since he's been there, we haven't heard anything like, any kind of malpractice or financial mismanagement or something. That's what I say here, right? But could we also assume? But I know you don't want to assume, but could we will, in the business of assuming, could we also assume that we've seen a lot of, illegal minings, and a lot of people are complaining with their whole foreigners and stuff like Tori and I were talking about before y'all came on, right? Could we also say that that could have been the reason? Maybe he's not performing in that area, not so much of he being like, I don't want to hold on to that whole CDC propaganda in the first place, because when Amin Moda got dismissed, his wife also came out with a post, right? With similar thing like that about, oh, you had done everything right. He never stole something from. But what was the argument? That's not the same here. But she said those things, right? So should we say, oh, this that's all? It's just something that the woman was giving her husband, which any wife should do to bring your husband's spirit up. Should, in case he's down because something that happened to him, you should be his number one fan and his number one supporter right there to say stuff like that to keep his spirit up, right? It does it necessarily mean that they are dismissing him because of that line? No, she's just trying to. So I'm not even giving any credence to that. But what I'm looking at is that from what we've been seeing in that industry, right? Things have not been, the way we all wanted it to be after the past government, with all the, Chinese people and Burkina Bees and all of that. So could you, lean towards us in that direction about
Well,
the
well,
whole dismissal
well. Look, and
as
then
well?
I want to piggyback on what you said about his wife. Look, I shoot any woman, right? Support their husband regardless of
Yeah.
the outcome of what happened or what has happened to him, right? You mean in America we have Monica Lewinsky, the issue of Monica Lewinsky, Hillary Clinton was on the side of her husband, even though her husband did what he did. You know what I mean? She continued to support her husband. So we always come and see such thing. A woman will always want to come. They're the backbone of their husband. Feeding them more to come out and to support their husband. But on the issue of the illicit mining, I don't think women pay if that should be the cause of his dismissal. I don't believe that should be the cause of the dismissal, because you can be the greatest performer. You can do everything you can in the mining industry. If even in Ghana, there are illicit mining. The government had to take extra measure, create a task force to go after. Even they use the army, the Ghanaian army, the Ghana army, and Ghana special task force from the police force to go after those illicit miners. So I mean, if for some reason the reason for his dismissal is somewhere tied to that, I would be disappointed in Black Eye,
Why
because
would
I
you be if
why
he's
yeah
not performing and the president
no
talks to him about
that that
performance and
that
he's not
is
doing it? Why would you be disappointed?
illicit money is not just solely on the shoulders of the Ministry of Mines and Energy, right? It can be it is somewhat tied to their industry, but it's a national security issue, where it is not just due to only the Ministry of Mines and Energy to do that. The government, the Ministry of Justice is part of that effort to
Mhm.
help to go after those guys. It's not just, the issue of illicit money will always exist in that country. People, because their eyes are not everywhere, right? We need security, we need visibility in every part of the country. So when that happens, it's not only squarely on if that's the case, then it should fire the Minister of Justice.
But Mama, well, since you said that, is the Ministry of Justice going ahead and looking for people who are doing illicit mining, or that has to come from the mining industry first before they take it up there?
It
So
is,
which one is which?
yeah, it is there. The issue of illicit money is in the country from the onset. Illicit money has not gone away from our system.
No, I
But
get that. Mhm.
what do we do when we identify illicit money? We all know illicit money is there. What has the Justice Ministry done? The
That's
Justice
not a
Ministry,
question I asked you though. Does the Justice Minister prosecute or arrest or have a no and identify illicit money without the Ministry of Mines and Energy, whatever they call them, doing
Mhm.
something about it for and bringing it and bringing it to his attention?
But
The question I'm asking.
I'm sure that the Ministry of Mine and Energy has identified there were illicit miners in the country. Even Liberians themselves, even ordinary Liberians have said that there are illicit miners in somewhere in the bush in Bolkonje or somewhere, that they don't have license to mine. And how does the Ministry of Mines and Energy attack those? They don't have the capacity by themselves to do that. That's why they are they have to have a joint task force with, because the Ministry of Justice enforce. They are the law enforcement agency to go after. They enforce the law to go after people who are violating the law.
Mhm.
It can only be said by the Ministry of Mines and Energy that there are illegal miners are out there, right? Okay.
Exactly.
So help us. So even that's what I'm saying. I would not sit there and say Wilmer Pay will start there and say to himself that there are no illicit miners out there. There were illicit miners. Maybe some of them were not identified by him. Even if they were not identified by him, it behooves the Minister of Justice to use his law enforcement agency to go out there and have visibility on our forests. Guess what? Why do we have the FDA, the Forest Development Authority there? Is to have visibility over our forests. Do you see it happening in our forests? All these illicit mining happening in our jungles and stuff. If they too, then we have to then also put it on somebody else too, the head of the FDA. People, so then a lot of people will be fired if you want to attribute, non-performance from just by illicit mining. So that's what I'm saying. I say we don't know. I don't know. We are speculating, but it
Yeah.
cannot square it lies on the Ministry of Mines and Energy.
Thank you, Momo. But I don't know if I'm
So,
buying the
so look,
your escape here
so
to
quickly,
this. Come in.
Ray, please.
Let's break.
I would just want to ask Brother Mubu a question before you get it to Ray. What is the function of the Ministry of Mines and Energy?
Right. The Ministry of Justice have to be the one to go after
They have
people and
there.
see.
They are the one. They are the regulating body for mining, energy, and it says it Ministry of Mines and Energy, right? So if the only way illicit mining can be tied to performance or can be tied to Wilmer Pay being responsible is Wilmer Pay knowingly allow those things to go on, seeing it, and gave them to go ahead and continue to do it. Then he taking perks from them. That's a different story. If it was established in that manner,
So I mean,
then he can be
just
held
That's where
liable.
come in. Sorry, that's where come in.
yeah, I
Because
just want to ask follow up question.
trying
But
to
brother,
you're not making it
Momo,
with it.
Momo, you started the whole conversation that we're not going to speculate, right? As to what
Exactly.
led to you know what I mean?
Yes.
And all what you are saying now is almost like
I'm not speculating.
like,
She asked. She
you
put me in
know,
that context.
so I'm saying
Yeah.
if we should just allow the thing to play out and see exactly where where everything gonna where the pieces gonna land and all of that stuff, I would just leave it at that, right?
Thank you, but
Because
I want to
this
say
is the
I'm looking
thing.
at that.
When you have, he's the director of the agency, right? And the justice or whatever, like they can only come and assist
when the
if
director.
you recommend
Yeah.
them to come through. Like, look, this is beyond our reach. We cannot in any way curtail this. I would need S, Y, and Z.
So are they the only watchdog in the forest?
No,
Momo. Let me
talking about the
come to
Ministry
that.
of Mines and Energy. We're not talking about every watchdog. We're talking about the agency.
Let me come to this now. No, Momo, you and I, you're a security guy. So you know what I mean? They're not, I can go with you on certain level now because that's your field. But we can all agree that our bordering entry point in Liberia is almost like, bro, I travel between Sierra Leone, Guinea, and all of that stuff. I mean, there's nothing there. Anybody can just walk through. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. So we can see why we having so many illicit money going on. You know, that is a biggest issue in itself.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, though. You as director, they put you there close to 2 years now, and we're not seeing any movement. We're not seeing any. I mean, it wouldn't getting worse. You got people coming up from Bon County. Bon County is not one of those counties that way, close to some kind of border or stuff like that. That's almost like in the middle. You know what I mean? But you got these illegal miners, like in places. They talking about Grand G, you got senator and representative all talking about how they Burkina Bees and Chinese and Ghanaians and all that stuff, right? I mean, we put you there to be in charge of this thing. If there's anything that is overwhelming, because every job sometimes, you know, job, the book can tell you, my man Momo want you to come in and help you. You yourself within yourself, you say, yeah, I can definitely affect setting change in that area when I get there. But then you get there, everything you anticipated that are going to be the issue is almost like 10 or 20 times, you know. So at that point, you go back, you try to say, look, this is absolutely exponentially high. I never thought this was going to be this convoluted, right? What are we going to do here? But in that era, we did not see that. And for the president that you and I obviously respect his wisdom, we are seeing for President Baga to make the kind of decision with one of his closest ally or party loyalists. It should tell you there's a certain level of frustration there from that part of the from you know what I mean. You know the president don't talk too much. He's not one of the guys that will count the media. No. But I think this was absolutely at a point at where the president, because I can only say not only they to dismiss the guy, but you have someone to replace it immediately. That shows that the president was frustrated. You know, the president definitely not going to come and say, "Oh, he was ill performing, or he was not this, he's not going to do that. You're not going to do that to a loyal president or someone that really been there with you in the trenches. You're not going to do that. You know, you know, those are some of the biases, professional relationship that have gone for years. Those are some of the biases you can get to remember, man. Just go chill here, small things, when we bring in other area. But I'm not going to say, oh, they may be lazy, they may not doing that, you're not doing this. And to Raymond Payne's credit, you can be in a field where you study, but for the past 20 years, I don't think Raymond Payne have been active in that area. I mean, Raymond Payne have been around Unity Party. He was secretary at some point. He was doing different party executive functionalities and stuff like that. And once you do something, once you do a professional work for as long as he been in a UP, you know, elite circle, sometimes the motivation to do certain things now become a little bit kind of, you know, hard for you. So I think this what I'm actually happy to Raymond Payne. I think that position might have been some certain level of, I mean, maybe overwhelming. And these things could be true. I'm just speculating.
Yeah,
it could be overwhelming for him.
I think we're all speculating here.
Right. And the president just like, okay, let me just have you chill and bring somebody in.
Yeah,
I think that's fine.
I think we should be a little careful here. You know, we shouldn't attribute his dismissal squarely to illicit mining or lack of performance. There could be something more to it. You know, yeah, this guy has a history of being very stubborn when it comes to his beliefs, right? There are
I said that from the get-go.
that he will be pounding back and forth. I think, you know, according to unreliable sources, you know, not unconfirmed source, that, you know, there was certain issue about certain things back and forth with the president that he was disagreeing. And, you know, you work at the will and pleasure of the president. And if you're not doing, it could be something where the president was not pleased about that was going on and wanted him to make some amends. And apparently he did not follow suit. And the president had no, because you see, going back and forth with your boss on something where your boss believe is what he wants to happen, and you're not following suit, you know, and that couldn't be maybe something against, you know, the norms of the organization or whatever, but because you are stern on your beliefs, and sometimes it can come back to hurt you. So maybe, you know, so let us not speculate, let us not get ahead of ourselves. Let us allow the executive manager to come up with the actual report.
No, we're just saying.
We are not doing no speculation. Everything I said maybe. I kept saying maybe.
But me, I was squarely, you know, I squarely believe that if it comes to the issue of illicit mining, you know, I know it was brought to his attention, but if he had to rule for illicit mining, it would not only go squarely on that. Look, the thing is like the mining is done in our forest, mostly in our forest. All those things that people go there hardest in the forest stuff. We have the Forestry Development Authority. They have eyes in our forest. They got people who they are visibility everywhere. Someone should, you know, even though it's they call mining illicit mining is falling on them. I know he has raised some alarm about
More
people
confusing
doing
the public. Yeah.
no, I'm not confusing the public. No, I'm saying something. No,
Yeah,
because
confusing
More
if
confusing the
if
public. No, you cannot find equivalent. Let me come a
sorry,
little bit, right? Let me
sorry,
come a
sorry,
little bit.
sorry, let
You
me say one thing
cannot.
before you come in. If we're
Yeah,
attributing his lack of performance squarely on if because we don't know whether that was it.
Mhm.
That squarely on illicit mining, and then I don't think it would be fair to him to just dismiss it just on that. I think it's something more to that. But even at that, if it's doing on that, then Lalo here is gonna roll. Because what did they do?
Well,
Even what
if it falls, other people count, then it will roll. But if it's what it falls in his camp, I'm pretty sure he has a job description. He has a jurisdiction in that area where his authority, ends and where something. So they are not gonna if that's what happened, right? They are not gonna dismiss him for what other people are responsible for. You understand what I'm saying? You can't say, oh, because they are also part of, they're supposed to take care of the forest too. Yeah, they are supposed to take care of the forest too. The minister of justice is there. But the minister of justice is not gonna leave and go in the forest to go look after whoever that's supposed to have a proper mining a license or do something because he's the minister of justice. No, the I don't know what director or minister or whatever. What is his position?
so how was illicit mining
They have to be the
discovered?
one to bring
How
that
did they
to
know
his
Amy?
attention.
How did they know there was illicit miner there? That means Wilmot Pay had his task force out there that knew that there were illicit miner. He
No,
reported to
that
his
means the
attention.
public has been amplifying that. That means journalists, like we all, has been talking about that. I mean, people have been crying about the whole
Has it been
situation about
verified?
people mining illegally in the city, and there has nothing been done about it. When that is the agency that should be taking care of it, if that was the reason. But coming, sorry, that's all right.
Okay.
But we can
Yeah.
we can share blame
We
with
can't
no.
find an equivalent to okay, somebody should not speculate. You want to say, okay, oh, this responsibility is not attached to the particular ministry. No, stop that. The Ministry of Lands and Mine squarely was legislated on an act to take out the mining purposes, illicit money and other business money that have been going on in Liberia. So to wanting to give that responsibility or say, okay, there's a shared responsibility, there was nothing shared. They are the authority body that preside over this issue about illicit money. Anybody comes in, like the Ministry of Justice, like you talk about the FDA, all those are coming on based on what? Memorandum of understanding, based on government coordination, right? So if you have a Ministry of Justice coming, maybe that there are some complaints from the lands and map. Basically, they will now enforce the law. You have to call the Ministry of Justice to come in to help you on our part. So we should not get these things confused.
No, that's what I
right?
said. No, that's what I
So
said. I said no. Let me
yeah,
come
let
in.
me learn now.
I
Let me
said that
learn
no.
now.
I say
You
yeah.
can't
That's all right.
interrupt
The
me.
Minister of Justice will constitute a task force to go and fight those illicit miners. That was my point. So go ahead.
Thank you. So, I mean, you kept bringing this shared responsibility analysis about, oh, there are other people too who are watchers. You are watcher definitely do not, doesn't in any way implicate or say that this issue is shared or responsibility is your shared responsibility. You will need there to help, right? The Ministry of Lands and Mines must be the head to move forward in some of the illicit mining issues. They will not be sitting there, other people come and do their job, right? You being watched or helping in eradicate some of those things that have been happening. Like you said, we are speculating, right? Nobody preempting that this is the cause. And one of the reasons I have problem with people being dismissed, we should get the cause. And, I mean, the reason for why the individual was dismissed. We know the president has his own way. He can wake up one morning and say, okay, I'm not satisfied with this particular individual. He can go to them. That's the person's will, right? But sometimes it should be some reason because I know the president will not just call woman pray. Woman pray that we know. And I don't want to believe that there's some level of incompetences and all these things that we've been hearing here. But if you do not give the right information, we sit on the platform, we continue speculating. And that was create room for speculation. If the government cannot give the right information for certain things that are happening, right? You get people going to speculate all of the time. And we might be right in our own will to say this is a cause, assuming or not making certain conclusion, this is a cause, this is not the cause, right? So we actually need the government to come out to tell us this is why, this is why. You can say administrative reason, you don't have to be guilty or breach of ethic, condone, and, because sometimes when you disagree with the policies of the nations, they can amend it to administrative reason. They can say breach of ethics. They know how they implement, interpret breach of ethics in their own weak way.
Even
Based
if
on
you
the
say
law.
like that, sorry, you almost leave it to the public now to make that assumption.
Exactly.
And I think what blew the whole issue out of proportion and even gave it a little bit of steam was the position statement of his wife, right? She made it seem like it was based on some kind of integrity issue. You know what I mean? That, meaning the husband took integrity over, So I think there were right. So there were now, and we all know women pay to not have anything that would taint his integrity, right?
Yeah.
We know that. So when his spouse come out and say, my husband took integrity over wealth,
right? Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then I write the open
another book,
total new, kind of one where now everybody's like, oh, maybe the president trying to cajole him into certain illicit activity, and he decided to wash his hand, all of that, or he would not sort of like, or join the president in doing that. So the president is dismissing. A lot of people started
people who would say stuff like that, right?
But
who would assume because reading into that lady's letter or post, you could be reading wrongly into it because that's what you want to believe, that's what you want to see, and that's what you want to hear, right? Who in that right mind will want to be doing something illegal, will want to control somebody to steal, and the person refused, then you fire them? I think you got tipped over the person's mouth or you got it in prison or something. Does that make any sense to anybody at all?
Well,
that you think, okay, let me fire this guy because he wants something, and he would just go cool and just go sit down with hands and squeeze up in the corner. People don't think, they just say stuff. They come out here because they want to score some kind of low cheap political point that is not landing anywhere. So they want to muddy the water. They want to say these things instead of saying that, okay, maybe Joe Boyka is seeing this thing, seems like a deterrent, right? For people. Like, this guy is one of his strongest, like Toure has said, this and that. I don't know anything about a United Party or whatever like that. So why would he, then President Boyka now, what you guys are already all said about Wilmer Pay being close to him, why would Wilmer Pay do something like that? President Boyka would just come out and dismiss him, knowing Wilmer Pay, the vocal and stubborn person that he is, that, like you guys said, like he would just go around and just turn his back on his bed and just slide and lay down without anything happening, without he saying anything about it. The President Boyka would not be concerned about he coming out and exposing him. You understand what I'm saying? So all of these cheap,
but
I don't know if they can process it, think about it before they come out here and say it. But
Emil, so man, look, you expect any spouse, or at least I expect my wife or my significant other to come in support of what became a public ridicule, about her husband, right? But in doing that, you have to be very measured and calculated, right? If you come out and say what she said, right, that's giving room for people to even caution the president's decision. That my husband took integrity over wealth. Like, what do you mean? You know what I mean? Like,
for another conversation.
If I'm sitting there reading into that, it almost like, all right, maybe there was something that came from a high place, and your husband decided to not capitulate to that demand, right? So that, based on that, he was fired because of that. That's exactly what that is. Anybody can read into that. That will be that. But then, if we know your husband to be someone who's highly opinionated, he's not afraid to talk anything about a sitting president, which of course he did with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, are you serious? So, and there's the thing, right, about women pay. If we're talking about, we should not speculate about something, right? And we talk about, let's say he was fired, like hypothetically speaking, let's say he was fired based on this whole illicit money situation. What did he do to curtail that, right? Did he pull any sort of like Soiree alluded earlier? Did he pull in a place like a illicit money watchdog or something? Did he set up a task force in all the various counties? An informant kind of thing. If you see any illicit activity happening, call their hotline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like all the little things. If you see someone in your forest or you go on your farm and you see some people speaking different dollars and that don't resemble something that you have ever heard in your country.
Yeah, he's so
then
crazy.
it shows.
We're looking for illicit money, now people speaking different dollars.
But that's exactly what it is. Of course, if you get a bunch of Burkina bees in your forest, they are strange. I mean, they are strange element to that part of the world. So you will know exactly. So do you have a hotline set up there? Then through that, when you get those information, then you can get the local authority that there is something going on here. That's how you get the police involved. That's how you get other law. The women pay set any task force like that. Other than that, and all of us can talk about this because under President George Manneh we saw millions, if not billions, of dollars that were taken out of our country through this illicit money situation. You know what I mean? So
it's a serious situation.
For us to not be benefiting from the natural resources of our country when children can have 4 decks to sit on in our classroom and millions of dollars have been taken out of our country through illicit processes, then we'll have a problem. And the president made this part of his campaign messages, right? That this will be something that he's going to look at. So you women pay now, the probably send someone or loyalist, send someone to go deal with that, right? Mm-hmm. And for 2 years now, the whole country stayed dealing with the same situation. Representatives are talking about it, that the illicit money thing is becoming problem now. You got lawmakers talking about how their waters are being polluted. You have my superintendent in Bon County talking about, all of these things. These are the right indication that something has to be done at the helm of that authority. And the president, I don't think the president just came about, just say, my man, you gotta go. I think, like the moment alluded, Raymond Pay is very high-headed brabby. You know what I mean? The man will not just go like that. He will go swinging. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And the guy survived that. He's a professional. I don't feel sorry for somebody losing their job. Someone that is, an elite professional person. They can survive some way, somehow. Trust me, they will survive. But we should not say, because the president supported me, and you know what I mean, as you allowed them to do any kind of shenanigans, I don't think you're doing fair to the country.
But
definitely not doing well.
Here's the thing, right? And we are speculating again. The president campaigned on this whole issue about the illicit money, or they knew the situation was there in prior administration. I think it should have been a duty. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't think that's what Wemape was fired for or was dismissed. Because if you campaign on something, once you get the power, you got to find ways to address that issue of illicit money. And how do you do that? As a president, you set up a special task force, as it was done in Ghana. The Ghanaian president, John Mahama, they saw that in previous administration. They campaigned about it. They said that in Ghana, they call it galamsey. People who are doing illegal mining, gold mining in Ghana. He campaigned about it. He did not just leave it to the guy who, he appointed as he set up, when he came to power, he set up a special task force to go after illicit miners through his justice minister. So when you campaign on something, and this is me not trying to be hard on my president, but I'm or neither the minister of
This
mine. The
is
minister of
you
mine.
trying to excuse women pay. You
I'm
ain't
not
get
trying to excuse me.
speculation.
No, no. I'm not
Yes.
trying to excuse me.
He's trying
But
to minimize his
no,
job, like he was just
but
supposed to be sipping on champagne while he was
if
there.
you campaign on something, you know the issue is already there, even though you hire somebody to happen. He is fighting illicit minor is not squarely on the Ministry of Mines and Energy. No, it's a national security issue. Illicit mining. It has to do with national security stuff. So you have to get the Ministry of Justice involved with the president, setting up a task force as is done in Ghana, as was done in Ghana by Mahama. Mahama set up the task force comprised of the police force and the army. They went in the bush, deployed those guys there, going after them until day. That's what they have done. Tackle those guys head on. But we're not doing it. We can't just. I don't
Well,
think
what
we.
if JMB trusts his own foot soldier that he had in that as head of that agency to be the one to set up those things to do it?
This is the president that set up the task force. The president who's
Does he
the
have
president
to
do
be
that.
the Mahama style or kind
No.
of
And what was
If
the
you,
what was the
if
issue
you,
then when Muhammad started
when you
that particular tax force? What was the issue then?
illicit
Because
gold
there
mining.
would be an emergency attached
It,
to
no,
setting a
not,
task force
it's not emergency. It was
in
illicit
circumstances.
gold.
In these circumstances.
No, that's not. He identified the prior administration that were illicit gold mining in Ghana. They used to call it Galamsey. They campaigned about it because the previous administration was not doing it. As part of his campaign message to the Ghanaian people that when I come to power, I'm going to crack down on illicit mining. So when he got the power, it doesn't have to be emergency. He set up a task force based on the prior problem that was there, and then they went head on. Ghana today, the issue of illicit money is going down because the task force they are out there. So that both the mining, the Ministry of Mining, what they get plus the military and the police force, all the guys that gather together, they're out there. There's a special task force, train guys to go after those guys, and they're doing that now. Let us do. I don't think women people fire for that. Something different, I believe, but we don't know yet, and we'll find out.
And this is just rumor pay. Let me come in right. I mean, this is just rumor pay we're talking about. But there was some assistant minister deputies fired.
All of them, he cleared the
So
whole
right,
group.
women
Yeah.
is just the her we discussing it, right? Who knows? I know that ministers and deputies sometimes being fired. I think there were 3 ministers that were fired from that particular ministry. It's not something I learned.
And one of them were reappointed to Minister of
One of them were reappointed
to energy. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not aware of that, but
No,
I
one
mean,
of them were reappointed. One of them were reassigned to different ministry.
ministry.
Yes. One of them were reassigned. Yeah. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
so I mean, so
It's
it's
different.
sent us certain
We
messages. I
don't
think
know.
we need to get more detail about this.
Yeah,
So
yeah. We don't know.
as to people's, we not keep speculating on the issues. And I think everyone need to do well, whether it's women pay, whether it's the Moali or whosoever find yourself in this government, you need to do well because the president actually, if he was sleeping, like somebody said, the honeymoon period is coming to an end. We're going to 2 years, right? We have to get the job done. This is not time to play. This is a privilege given you. If you feel within yourself that, I mean, you in some kind of job that Papa and Mama gave you the job, they can't take it for you. Come on, you have to wake up. Because if I told one of the friends, my friends who work in government, I said, if women can go, you gotta caution your minister that you're working on now. They can go too. Because anytime the man wake up, if he feel within his mind that you're not doing something, and when he's saying in that cabinet meeting, I think it's come to reality. People always say the paper is slow, but very sure. So I think we can know more detail about this women pay issue so we can stop.
So let's wrap up with this. Something and while closing with the whole thing about Liberia being something to be the chairman on the sanction committee at the UN or something like that. Hey, I laughed when I heard this news.
Like bro, bring what this chairman on the sanction committee.
To be the chairman.
Okay.
For to chair, right? The sanction committee or however they call it at the UN. Like I said, I laughed when
We are
I heard
so
this.
traditional.
No, let's not say that like with somebody haunting it or whatever, right? So what this news? What? Let me try to
Just came in,
go
man. I
ahead.
mean,
Yeah. What do you guys think about this? Let's talk about this.
what's the
Really.
communication say? Can you read something from it so we
Yeah,
can?
but I think Momo Land always reading stuff that he knows about this.
Yeah, the actual story is they say following the election to the non-permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council in June 2025, Liberia has been nominated to chair the United Nations Sanction Committee on Sudan. So we're not going to be a decider on whether Sudan be sanctioned or not. So you see, from being a nation who people were sanctioned before, we are now a nation that are deciding on who will be sanctioned. That's a significant move. That is a big move for our country. That's what makes that a big news. So now Liberia now will be chairing a committee, nominated to chair a committee to decide on whether a nation like Sudan, South Sudan, to be sanctioned. So for us, it's a big news. Yeah.
No, but I mean, I think this is huge, and this speaks to some of the leadership acumen that this president have displayed on the international stage, because you can't be entrusted with such you know responsibility if people are not seeing semblances of rational leadership and rational moves that continue to elevate Liberia, moves that continue to give Liberia a facelift in the eyes of international leadership. The president was in Paris today, meeting with Emmanuel Macron. That was huge, and we know very well when you see, America, France, Great Britain, and Germany. These are the four countries that decides what happened in this war. Unfortunately, and the president seems to be in a very good rapport with these people, and all this come to play with that whole Alberto Garcia situation. Look, and I know a lot of people complain, oh, how can the president accept such criminal to go into our country? Number one, let me tell my Liberian people, that dude is not a criminal. Just because someone calling someone a criminal does not make them a criminal. President Donald Trump, look at that guy, try to make that guy a poster child for his illicit, since we're talking about illicit activities, for illicit ICE operations. Dude is not a criminal. And don't take my word for it. Listening to a Maryland senator, who traveled to El Salvador to go meet this guy at that notorious prison. This guy lived in the state of Maryland, no criminal charges. And to insinuate that this guy is a member of a notorious gang, that was all meant to just tarnish the guy's reputation and gave this Trump administration a reason to deport him. Which, of course, the Supreme Court, have voiced for this guy, but the president they still trying to make way to get him out of the country. So once you are a reliable, country that can take that shame off of America's, face, in so to speak, that at least they have found a country to send this guy, that right there is a win. It's a win for Donald Trump, and it's a win for Liberia. And I'm also now going to put Liberia in a different space when you're talking about the Trump administration. 3 years. I mean, anybody who try to dismiss that, you be mumu. Other countries, visa suspended.
But Terrell, you think that's going to happen? Because I heard something today that the court is kind of stepping on that. You think Garcia is actually going to go to Liberia? Even
Look,
though
let me
it's
tell you,
plan?
this is a legal battle between the state of Maryland and Washington, right? They're gonna fight this out. Even up to today's day, there's a judge in Maryland right now refusing to even have the guy released from the prison he's at right now for
Yeah.
this deportation. So this thing gonna go on, and even if they succeed to taking it, he's gonna come back here again. They're gonna bring him back.
Mm-hmm.
So there's gonna be a legal battle. That gonna win, and guess what? All that thing gonna be put to bed very soon. The midterm is coming, and all that posturing and stuff like that that's going on the other side. They're definitely gonna start looking at themselves some kind of way, because that midterm gonna really really shake up so many things, and all the power and all that thing that they're flexing with. Some of the thing gonna go away very very soon.
Thank
But
you.
yeah, so look, things happen in government, in international relations. There's something called quid pro quo. All
Mm-hmm.
right, give me this and get this, give me that and get that. That's what it is. It's all interest.
It's
You
a
do
trade
this for me, I
war
do
now.
this. That's what it is, man. That's
Thank
what is
you,
happening
right?
out of international scale right now.
Okay. For me, I
Yeah.
think the announcement made by our foreign minister, Honorable Sarah Besleyanti, that was on November 20, which was today, right?
Yes.
October 29, 2025. It's a big win for Liberia, and it's a significant improvement in our diplomatic efforts. Liberia is now seen as we're being once more respected again among the Committee of Nations.
Oh yeah.
This Liberia we have reset, we have pressed the reset button thanks to the leadership of His Excellency President Joseph Numa Boakai. That's why our people walked in the purple water, so to speak, to elect a leadership that will put Liberia back on the map, to put a leadership that will make our country be once more respected again. And we are seeing that effect of good leadership. Today, people can wake up and say, our vote did not go in vain. We
Mm-hmm.
voted. Now we are reaping the fruits of our votes. Look, they said this role, right, once approved by the 5 permanent members of the Security Council, will involve leading deliberation on sanction against Sudan. Additionally, Liberia has been nominated to co-chair the sanction committee on for the Democratic Republic of Congo and Yemen. So you see, this is a big deal. We have come from a country that whose leader was sanctioned to now we chairing and co-chairing committee that will determine whether other nation will be sanctioned. That's a significant strides in our diplomatic effort, thanks to the leadership that we put there. So Liberia duties will include consulting with relevant authorities regarding discussion on sanction resolutions. So the final verdict that will come on those countries, whether to sanction them or not to sanction them, Liberia will have a key role to play
Is
in.
that a good thing for us? I mean, I know internationally diplomatism it is, but in our African counterparts, is that a good look for
It is
us?
a good look for us. It is a good look because you know what? We are determining. We are there to put the ruling down on countries that might be involved with human rights abuse, killing of their own citizens, going against the international norms. We are seated at the table to make decisions on lives of other people, other countries, saving babies, saving women, saving children. That's good for us. we can once say that Liberia, intervene and put sanction on XYZ leader in so and so nation for genocide, XYZ leader for going against international norm, or Liberia veto and say, "Oh, we cannot accept it, we cannot accept that." So either way, it's a big win because we are sitting at the table not just an ordinary leader, but a significant partner in the decision making. We are chairing committee and we're also co-chairing committee that will discuss resolution that that will affect other nations. So I think this is a big win. We should celebrate this. We should, in the past, like bro, LB near the kind of era, they won't have the Buka things or in power.
Oh boy.
That would
Thank
never
you,
have
Mama
happened.
Chile. Let's move on to Suarez.
You want Carol by? Yeah, we're moving forward, bro.
Vasco already wants you us in our comment section.
So, as a student of international politics, they will always say there's no permanent friend in politics, but
I see.
permanent
Yeah,
interest. Yeah, so
I'm glad
permanent
you said
interest.
I'm glad you said that, Suarez. Because I was about to say the reason why I asked Momo that question was these countries voted for us, right? To get that seat.
Yeah, there's no permanent friend, but permanent interest in politics. So, and somebody who understands diplomacy from another angle, you want to understand that being part of diplomatic discussion, it strengthens growth, right? Whether economically or in the region, right? So, Liberia gonna be part of making decisions that a whole worldwide needed, right? That are certain decisions we're not being part of. They give her a privilege to be part of those discussions. So I mean, for somebody to sit in their backyard and think that we're not making progress on the globe, then you're sleeping. But I think we can use the opportunity to speak on other issues that we affected that we are affected as a country. And I mean, we can see a lot going to Liberia. And I'm from my reading, I understand that this is a 1 year thing, and it's from 2026 to 2027, right? Something like that. And if I'm trying to be correct, I think it's still subject to approval by those 5 permanent members, right? To approve being nominated. So I mean, it's a good thing for Liberia, even for Liberia to even be looked at as a country, as a nation, to be chair and co-chairing a committee to sanction another so-called people who think in the amount the 14% liberation and all the things they do in that country. It's a problem, like bro. Like somebody said here, we were being sanctioned. We were a country that was being sanctioned in the past, but we not using the issue of a sanctioning tool against other people. It's a problem, and I think we can use. It might be a short term, but we can use the opportunity to explore in other areas of the globe. So I think, thanks to the foreign minister, thanks to the president, all those architects at the foreign ministry is trying to always put my Liberia on the globe there. Liberia. And you can also understand that the beautiful English is actually doing well.
Yes, we were a nation that was sanctioned back then, but now we are a decider of those that will be sanctioned now. What a significant stride. Then the people in the comment, I don't book out things away, and if Vasco won't be talking in that comment. Yeah, listen to this. Can you go sit down, man, Vasco?
I mean, I go back to politics, I mean, you read.
So yeah, you guys. So if nobody have anything else to say on this, let's go to our closing.
Well, I think.
Can I go first? Let me go first. Look, we want to appreciate our viewers. I'm not gonna stop. I'm already in flight. We want to appreciate our viewers. Those that always constantly and consistently on here with us, hearing us out, and obviously giving your opinion in the comment section. We want to appreciate you. We read your comments, and some of your comments actually enforce some of our positions, to be quite honest. So at least I will speak for myself. I read through the comments, and I do in fact get some positive feedbacks out of there. Sometimes, I get grilled there as well. But that's what making amazing. But yeah, look, everything we're talking about, guys, things have to change. We always keep saying we want a better Liberia. Look at what is happening in the country right now. We're talking about, traffic control, we're talking about stop sign, right? We're talking about different positive things happening in the country, Amy. They brought almost 1 million stop signs and traffic, control signals and all of that stuff in the country right now. So when you go back Liberia in December, you'll definitely see a different Liberia. And all this happening in a span of less than 2 years. So things are happening. And I've always said this, any leader that comes to Liberia, you almost have to make a conscious decision. This is the thing. Let me look at 3 sectors that I'm going to put my blueprint on. When I leave this presidency, people say, look, this is what Momo Tule did. Opposed to just trying to solve all of the 3 million worth of trouble that we have. Just find key areas, and let's say it's going to be healthcare or rules or infrastructure, or let's say education. Find those areas, execute those areas to your very best. And the day you leave, someone else will come and identify other areas and improve on it. Because we cannot just say we're going to come and do it all. Yeah. But I like what the president is doing. When the presidents do good things, you all know me, Toure, highly opinionated. I always say what I say because my position is not sort of like, it's not motivated by political incentives. It's not motivated by financial incentives. I'm very, very pleased with my financial situation.
Now, with that disclaimer, you'll have people speculating that we are here.
And you know what I'm saying? I'm not beholden to any special interest group. I'm not beholden to any political party.
Not even CMC, right?
No politician. My man, if I'm in my decision on CMC, it'll be look, this is the thing. When I'm in my decision, you know what, Momo, my man, I'll get you next time. Ain't interrupting my position, no problem.
No, listen,
back to you.
I mean, what a beautiful show tonight, right? Look, Liberians, let me tell you, our country has been reset. We are on a trajectory of growth. This is a dawn of a new era. Our country, as of today, Liberians now are qualified for 3-year multiple entry visa, US visas. Something that this is significant. This kind of reduces why people come to America and want to stay, because we have like that 1-year visa. So when you come and spend like a year, and by the time you know it's a year, you want to hurry up and either you want to stay because you don't know whether when you go back to Liberia you might get another one. But this one, within the space of 3 years, you can go, come out, go sleep, you work on the money, you go, you come out anytime, multiple entry. This is again, it's an action of good, it's a reflection of good leadership. Thanks to the Senate committee, the chair on Foreign Affairs, Senator Darcy Long, ADD. We thank Sarah Beslow Yanti and her team from the Foreign Ministry. This is what we call leadership. This is different. In the past, it was not like that. Today, we can go to the embassy with the right documents. Anyone can go over there. Once you have the right documents, you can be given 3 years. They're not giving you no more 1 year, 3. So, as of today, that has been certified. It's a significant move in our nation diplomatic efforts. Today, again, a major trade and infrastructure deal is to be sealed. I think it's already sealed or will be sealed in France. Our president again, as proud Liberians, I'm just going over it. As proud Liberians today, I was even a prouder Liberian. The fact that our president was being given such extreme honor.
Oh, let me put that video since you said that. But
a military honor guard of honor. This is something we haven't seen in years. This just signifies that our nation is being respected once again. So look,
What am I going on?
you can say whatever you want to say. All is not rosy, but we are making significant strides in the growth and development of our country. We are seeing major, hopefully in December, the MCC will award us this money that we so need to deal with our critical issues, so with some critical issues in that face our nation. Maybe the issue of energy, road, or water. Those basic necessity of life. These things that we human beings need to live every day. Hopefully, MCC shall have concluded the fact finding that they came to Liberia for, and we shall be awarded it. And to me, I have seen signs. I'm speculating, and I will remain optimistic that in December, come December, once MCC make that decision, we shall, and I'm saying we shall win that compact money.
Amen.
So, with all the propaganda from the other side, everything, if we put all together, right, it's not only the United Party winning, the issue of the visa that happened to them. When you go to the US embassy, they're not asking whether you United Party partisan to get 3 years, or you CDC partisan, or you CMC partisan for the get 3 years. You just have to be what? A Liberian. So let us celebrate this significant milestone that we've already achieved so far. These great achievements honor the astute leadership of His Excellency President Joseph Yuma Boakai, who were so well pleased. We want to thank. Look, Liberians, let us celebrate this nation today. We shouldn't celebrate the leader, but celebrate our nation, because we have made some significant strides and we are moving in the right direction. Our nation is still, the train has left, and the train is leading our nation to the peak of glory. So as a Liberian today, I'm proud to call myself a Liberian, and we look forward to more and more development made under this UP arrest agenda. Thank you.
You were talking about that one tomorrow.
I know he better come. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, great show with great guys and great people watching the show. I mean, that's one
and great viewers.
Individual who always in the YouTube channel, because that's where I usually watch the show from. Flash Electronic, I don't know. It's very interactive back there. So I mean, we want to say thanks to all of you. Yeah, thanks to all of you guys for following the show, for all of you guys in the Facebook comment. Let's keep sharing these conversations with one another. So as we do it together, I mean, there's a lot of things coming up. We'll keep talking about what is not best for Liberia. When the group come up, we'll talk about it as well. Liberia is getting there. We are not there. It's not rosy. There are strides we're making in certain sectors. And we want to say thanks to all those who are just trying to ensure that the RS agenda not only be achieved for themselves, but for the Liberian people in totality. Because when we come on this platform, we mean it well for Liberians. I mean, those that are struggling in Babolo, those that are struggling in Limba, in Lofa. So we actually talk about improving their life all of the time during this campaign. And when we come here, we'll scratch the issue about. I'm sorry, I got a feedback from my back.
Mama, you gonna pray now? I pray time in Liberia.
In Liberia, the boy Kelly.
Oh, I used to be Muslim, man. And we'll talk that in the back.
But you can unmute again. Yo, hold on, we can mess you up, but so let me play this in my mom.
I don't want the sound to be coming from this stuff. We can go ahead. I'm okay.
Oh, it's still playing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So let me send my mom. came up with it, gossip. Let
I
me
mean,
play
I
it.
actually like that song, man. Play it, unmute yourself. I want to hear that song, man.
Go call Suarez to send it to you. Let's play it.
You see it.
So this is in Paris, France.
Yep.
These are the French people. Look at all of them, bro. Playing the national anthem.
So who was not proud of hearing this thing?
This is impressive.
It all happened in Korea. Almost. I'm glad you can do This is the French national anthem. I love the French national anthem. That's my national anthem. So we can see the French national anthem.
Why would he?
We could learn.
Yeah, they're in France.
We used to learn it in Liberia in my days. We learned it French in Liberia.
I mean, you know, when you didn't watch too much football like that, you recognize what he's looking at. Football, if you don't imagine, if you watch a lot of France national team football games, so you can recognize the national anthem.
Look at this today, man. You just look at
This is huge, man.
look at this scene, bro. Look at
This
this.
is a state visit. We call this
Real
state visit.
estate from the airport. Just the airport alone, the capital, red capital road up. People thought I was all.
I don't want Bakuba going on the pool.
They just put that man to the airport.
Why they go getting Jesse in football?
Yeah.
Like, it's so baffling, right? For Sedition to try to draw any war equivalent.
So they think, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it is so black and white.
I took. You think the president can with anybody for any president? One of the president can pull you here.
Oh man, they probably beat Trouser and going well. I like the sleeve fit.
You probably get dressed now, don't try, but be fresh.
I like the slim fit now, man. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Those are my type of pins right there.
Me that only had a lead. I had it there.
But look now, you go in Paris, the mega of fashion. You know what I'm saying? The person that laid it Pape out, the person obviously did their homework.
Mm-hmm.
You know? In fact, you get a Pape dress. I mean, the Pape outfit.
I think going for all the Pape trench coat should have the seal of the presidency on it. Or a trench coat when you're going to go area, then you have to put, you know, put the seal of the presidency on it.
Anthony Pape allocate budget for that.
How much they put seal over there?
Man, I know, but I'm just saying, Anthony Pape is so fashion like that, you know what I mean?
Man, that one, that the up
but the people, but you have to understand, the people in charge of a wardrobe, those that put us will take care of that.
Yeah.
They probably don't pick up your own outfit.
Yeah, watch the video now, guys.
Oh, watching it.
No, yeah, just stopping the video.
Well, give it a commentary. If we're not talking,
Is that
oh, you
commentary?
want to be quiet. They're not saying anything. You're beating drum.
If you want to watch the other one, you want to watch LNTV one. I won't get commentary on it.
The one that bows, you see the middle one for sign language people in me. That is sign language people ain't gonna give up.
You see how beautiful he is. He going to his member, his dedication he took with him there.
But do you guys see how well their friends people play that Liberal national anthem? Like, was it a week rehearsal or 1 month?
I mean,
Nah, but you have to understand, people practice all these things. All foreign leaders that are coming on like Liberia, and I don't know why on the national anthem when they play, get be hearing the long thing. Yeah,
Don't hate. But a new band, don't hate.
To read the instrument are not the same. I mean, our PA system sucks. Somebody get babble instruments, somebody get
people dealing with tap.
Who are these people?
And I'm an Cooper
There's one.
The Senegalese do.
Yeah.
They want to, casual something.
Yeah,
I got to get two birds once too.
Why would he come there looking like that?
I was supposed to invite them to France.
So he should dress like that.
But I mean, it's Paris though.
Paris, anybody get time for Latin in there?
No, but this is a should I say diplomatic meeting or
diplomat?
What you come in mean dignitaries and stuff? Why were you dressed like that? You have to dress.
I mean a dirty man anyway. So really.
I mean, say something like that.
How you come here, President? Can't judge say.
But they supposed to me now.
But the main careless man. I make him me a Senegalese president.
Welcome if you're just joining us.
They best question now why me a Cuban ambassador?
They been reckless
in France. Earlier you heard the singing of the national anthem.
Who's that? Kula?
Yeah, Kula.
The military salute.
President Boakai received full military honors in Paris, France.
This is at the military base here. They play at military base.
In the afternoon. We have His Excellency the President.
So he landed on the military base?
No, he landed on the airport and they brought him from there to here. And you know that most military base
I gotta start new show. I gotta be up everything.
This military order.
No, just when His
Excellency
I will see you
preparation of his engagement with His Excellency Emmanuel Macron on tomorrow. We are here and we plan to bring you live coverage.
Why not bring one
especially those
like
that are unclassified, you know. Those that we are allowed to take in our cameras, you know, and cover that. We will keep you all posted.
You're probably going back.
Morning here in Paris, France. He was giving a high-level welcome earlier this morning and this afternoon. We are here in the square here that he's been received.
Where is that? One of the French people. They put a cool ceremonial uniform like bro, but I won't get cool. We need to take you from some other thing in.
These are members of the French army.
We get real fun ceremonial uniform. We ain't get it.
A rousing welcome.
No, seriously. We need to have a complete ceremonial uniform.
He's headed back.
People have to be intentional about it. That's the thing.
Course.
For his engagement.
I don't give prizes to those things.
See if you're there, just joining us.
Yeah, on a house only day, one of the
delegation, the Minister of Finance,
we need Guard of Honor's uniform.
Of Liberia,
we need Guard of Honor uniform.
France,
we need
the Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Something they can't be like their own.
Okay, Sen, let's go, Sen.
I totally concur with you.
So, that was just a little video of the president.
When you there's also have special group guard of honor from every
Like
branch of the
exactly what
military.
I was saying. Yeah, yeah. Look here.
You let people hear now.
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. There's a
Marie.
commentary on it. There's a commentary. I mean,
yeah. At the
they never-
end, there was a commentary ugly here
yeah,
because
she was getting some
took over
updates
the
about the
show
meeting and all this stuff.
with
And
it.
That
And
commentary
it's not
started
just
at the
about
very
y'all; it's
end.
about the viewers too. So that's why I said.
But Amy, to be
She
fair,
was-
that commentary started at the very end.
yeah, I mean, there was an update. I was trying to get some
But
update
the
about
real
who you were meeting and all
no,
this stuff.
the real one you would get it from LNTV,
Sorry, Mama.
the Liberia National TV.
I'll deal with that next time.
The
Don't
Come
worry.
back
one
on
we play here,
tomorrow,
that
Marie.
one
We'll
talking
play
about
the
the all
entire
in.
clip for
Not
you.
talking about LNTV. Yeah.
We'll
But
get
so it was a good show, guys. Thank you for coming, you all. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone in this site. Mom, Marie,
So a big
Channel, Mom, whatever. Mom,
Marie.
Henrietta. See you. That mama they're talking again. I can't even get
No,
my
my Marie.
The host channel. We don't get two hosts here, man.
My Marie.
Yeah, he have.
Tomorrow the president will meet the French president tomorrow. That was Kula was talking at the end. That you were talking over here. So we're sorry that we interrupted you, but tomorrow the president will meet the French president tomorrow to have a bilateral meeting. That means two countries talking. So, like bro, to their own front, to their own, see what we can get from it. The president will bring something on a small bus for the country.
So, good night, everyone. I don't know how Momo might don't know the whole ton word tomorrow will be happening, but we'll be watching to see what he will write. What is it again? A small box. That's what Momo said. So we'll be watching for it.
I'm joking. That bad, not true. I just didn't mail me the French president tomorrow.
Okay. So now you just are going gaslighting us. But anyway, on a serious note, guys, good night, you guys. Continue to share the show so other people can watch and find us. Like Mom Henrietta, she's one of our followers on it.
All right, man. Take care, man. Oh, but go ahead and talk. Go get close.
But you're not allowing me to close or talk to close there, and that's where they're running out.
Momo not allowing you to close.
No, to wait and going on. I stay here, but I like I already lead this show.
I know. Come tomorrow, mommy. We'll be here, and the late night cruise spoon late night. I mean, we've been trying to share the show to get our people to come to find that we're over here, and one at a time they're doing that. So thank you guys. Continue to share the show, and we will be here, guys, willing tomorrow. Have a good night. Have a good day.